Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Warble. I'm your host, Matt, and welcome to the Oppo Convo show, where normally we would be talking to opposition fans, but we don't have any yet. So it's just me until hopefully we'll get some people joining soon. And yeah. So who have we got so far? It's Chris. G'day, Chris. How are you, mate? Any topics on your mind while we're waiting? Just waiting for a few boys to come over from the Jumper Punch. Been very entertaining stream with those guys. And keen to, hopefully we'll have Ray on tonight, and we will talk about the absolute division that is going on at the Essendon Footy Club. Yeah, like I knew the James Hird fans would not be happy, but they are rioting. That is an absolute cult. I thought the Fly, in Fly We Trust cult was bad, but these guys, geez, are they emotionally attached to James Hird? Unbelievable. So we're going to be discussing that. We'll obviously be discussing the wildcard games. Melbourne coming up against Carlton. Thank God the Pies aren't playing Carlton in a wild card. So if we do play Carlton, it will be in a grand final. So what are the chances of that? Pretty slim. Carlton, I think, have a reasonable chance of getting there. I think that they'd have to get past Freo in a prelim, but I think Carlton could get to the prelim. That's about where they'll probably fall down. I think Pies, we might win one game and then I think we can cover the doggies, and then we'll get taken care of in the elimination final. G'day, Jim. How you doing? MD. You heal the body going okay, mate? Healing up? G'day, Ultimate. Personally, I would have preferred to play Carlton, Matt. If we go out, at least we tried. Well, the good thing about playing Carlton is if we played Carlton in the wildcard and got beaten, it would cause huge embarrassment, and hopefully it would cause change in the club. Not to say we're going to get rid of Fly, but change things, because that would be hugely embarrassing. And if we played Carlton in a wild card and won, I think that would give us great satisfaction, but it also would give us a lot of confidence, because Carlton are the informed team of the competition at the moment. Me personally, I don't want to play them because I think they'd beat us. Wouldn't mind playing Carlton after we've played a couple of finals and get a bit of confidence back, because we've totally lost our confidence after that Brisbane game. Geez, what an absolute shit fight that was. Evening, Age. How are we? Was everyone over at the Jumper Punch watching those boys? Rocco and Mick, or pretty much Mick, had a debate with Liam, the Richmond fan, and Mark, the Essendon fan, that went for an hour. about how those boys, Mark and Liam, were going on about how it's unfair for the Bulldogs to play an MCG final against Collingwood because they finished higher. Now, I can guarantee you, if that was Melbourne or Hawthorn, another MCG tenant, playing the Bulldogs at an MCG final, that would not have come up. That was simply Collingwood hate. How can we extract some clickbait? And the media who came up with it during the week, that was pure Collingwood clickbait. Seriously. But yeah, they just kept going on and on and on and on. At one stage there, the only way that debate stopped was Mick said, "Right, I'm going for a dart," and he left. I think Mick got the message at that stage, and it was just, yeah, let's agree to disagree. Yeah, it wasn't much of a debate, was it, Matt? It was just stupid. It should be a 5-minute conversation, and that's done. G'day, Hotkey. It was Rocco from the Jumper Punch debating Mark, the Essendon supporter, and Liam, the Richmond supporter. It's their forever rival show, and Mick was sort of on Rocco's side. He was chiming in every now and then. But yeah. yeah. Mark and Rocco at it again. Oh, Mark, isn't he so? He's just childish. Oh, geez, it's funny though. Hotkey, do you want to come on? Let me know. I'll send you a link. Lucas, welcome.
Yes, welcome, Matt. Thanks for having me, mate.
All good. Yeah, so we're just talking about the Jumper Punch and the big debate about the Marvel Stadium.
What an entertaining episode that was with Mark and Rocco.
Yeah. Yep. It's entertaining, but it does yeah, it can drag on a bit. But all in all, entertaining show. And when Mick's on it, it's elite stuff when Mick fills in for Manny.
Who does Manny think he was back there? Was he trying to be me with the topless stuff, was he? Come on, Manny.
Yeah, mate, he was looking like he was pretty bronzed. He was looking all right.
It's been there for a while now.
I don't know if that's getting over to Europe or just getting out of Melbourne will just make you look healthier.
Probably a bit of both, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay, Ben, catch you next time. Yeah. Jim, it was a bloody good episode. I would just advise you that 5 minutes into the Marvel MCG debate, skip forward an hour because it's just the same over and over. And when people are losing an argument and they just pretty much either they just keep recycling the same argument, the same points to try and back up their argument, and the other guy they're debating just deals with it, but then it's that same loop of a conversation. So Rocco kept dealing with it, but then it'd loop around every 5 minutes, so it's the same conversation going over and over and over. And basically here it is. The Bulldogs want to play. They want to play at the MCG. They make more money. More of their fans want to go. And like most clubs, they state, hey, they're playing in the home state, But if you want to win finals, you want to be playing on the MCG. And the Bulldogs have only played 2 games at the MCG, so they want that they would give up any home ground advantage that they may have at Marvel to get a proper finals against Collingwood. Probably 90,000 people there. That's invaluable to the Bulldogs because they hardly play there, and they've just played there. They would say, well, why would we want to go back to Marvel? We've just had a stirring win at the MCG. We make more money. 20,000 extra fans of ours are going to get to go there, and they've pretty much stopped since the last finals game in Victoria that wasn't played at the MCG was your lot, wasn't it, Lucas? And you were Geelong were about 10 years ago took up the privilege to play a home final against Freo and lost.
That's it.
I think Geelong just went, we're not doing that again.
Well, yeah, much to my disappointment.
Yeah. I think, look, if Collingwood next week, and this may sound strange, but as far as winning, I reckon Collingwood would be more of a chance to beat Geelong in Geelong than at the MCG. Because it'd be different. Collingwood like travelling, even though it's just an hour and a half down the road. But Geelong just own us at the MCG at the moment. You absolutely own us there.
Yeah.
So,
and not just this year, but many, many years. Grand finals, prelims. Yeah. We have a great record against Collingwood in general.
G'day, Mark. How are you? Pie fans should get the big sledgehammer out if we lose to the Bulldogs on Friday. No holds barred on everything: coaches, player, club integrity, media, glass half full supporters, fail or pass. Look, we need to see some change. Top down, we need to clean out. They're not going to get rid of Fly. He's going to probably get to the end of his contract. I think he's contracted for 1 or 2 more seasons. But the bare minimum, get rid of all of the assistants. I'd be getting rid of all of them, including Skipworth, because all of these guys are absolute yes men to Fly. Fly needs. I'd get someone like a Longmire in there, or someone like Adam Simpson, ex-senior coaches who will challenge him and say, well, okay, Fly, I see you want to do that, but have you thought about it this way? And they have to have a consensus so that Fly can't make stupid decisions. Decisions.
Would you take Backley back as an assistant?
I would. Yeah. Yep.
Here's one outside the box. Yeah, just an assistant.
The thing is, though, I don't know, because it would just cause a bit of friction. Like Fly would obviously be very threatened by that.
Yep.
If it was a definite mandate that he stays for 2 years and he's just a midfield coach, something like that. Like a Buckley type, someone who's got experience, strong character, to just basically to challenge Fly so he can't do stupid stuff.
Here's one outside the box. Would you consider a James Hird?
Yes. Yes, because
probably not as far-fetched as it sounds, to be fair.
Well, look, it would be a win to all parties. Hird eventually wants to coach Essendon, and I dare say if he can't coach, if it's never going to happen at Essendon, he might want to coach again. But if he's serious about getting into coaching, he's got to go, okay, well, maybe I need to do what Buckley's done and go and be an assistant coach to someone. Right now, the way that would work is Fly wouldn't feel threatened by Hird because he'd know that Hird doesn't want to be the senior coach of Collingwood.
No.
He just wants to be the Essendon coach one day. So when Essendon fail in 2 or 3 years' time, and because by then the Hird cult will be just screaming louder than they were this time around. they can't use the excuse, oh, he doesn't have enough experience. Okay, well, he's just been the assistant at Collingwood.
Yeah.
They've won a flag and played in a prelim or played in a grand final and played in a prelim or whatever. Just he's had that experience. And then when he goes back, they go, okay, we'll give her to go. But it'd be good for Collingwood because Fly would respect him. Fly would look up to him, and it seems to be a good people's person. But then
and McCrae wouldn't feel threatened. Like he'd think, oh, James Hird doesn't want this job. He wants the Essendon job. I'm not going to be threatened by it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's right.
But it probably hurt James Hird not getting, like, Nathan Buckley thought he was going to get the Tasmania job. So he went as an assistant to Geelong to get experience back into his mind. Probably that's what cost James Hird. Maybe because James Hird wasn't coaching at some capacity at another club. That's probably why Essendon didn't go with him.
Hey,
he just wasn't.
Peter's in the chat, mate. Do you want to come on and talk about your Blues?
Yeah, Ray does. Ray's in the chat. She's saying she needs the link.
Oh, okay. I'll send it to Void. Are you guys not?
She may want to talk about who did they get? I forgot his name. Oh, McVie. Mark McVie. Yep. Mark McVie.
Ray. Ray. Are you with Void at the moment? Because I sent it to Void.
Peter, did you go to the Preston game? Since you're in the chat, I know Bo did. He wouldn't have had a good experience, Bo. But just wondering, Peter, if you did.
Okay, Ray's got the link. And Peter, if you want to jump on, or is he gone? Is he at the football?
No, he was in the chat for the
he's just in here now.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he went to the game. Yeah, they finished that an hour ago. So Bo might actually get on for a little bit. He might be upset, Bo. He might be. Do
you want to jump on, Peter?
Hello, Jeanette. Hello. Music.
Okay, I'm going to put the link in the chat for that's for Peter and Ray. Pies
How
fans.
good would it be?
Pies fans like Chris, Ultimate, etc. We'll get you guys on in about half an hour or so. Sorry, Lucas, what were you saying?
No, I was going to... Oh, there's Rocco. Rocco's in the chat as well.
Okay, Rocco. Yeah, mate. We early start in the morning and just did 3 hours of yelling at Mark.
Damn, your weekly average take by Mark trying to bait people. Seriously, I love Mark, but come on, man. I don't know how you put up with him. Rocco, we love Mark, but Rocco, if you want to dump him, mate, and you need a replacement, I'm not putting my hand up, but I'm here.
All right, we're gonna if you need to manage Mark, Ray will do quite a good job.
Yeah.
All right, we've got Peter backstage. Let's bring you on.
Yeah, we'll do some cricket streams.
Hey, Peter, how are you, mate?
Hey, he's going pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a bit of Macca's run. I'll probably start off for a bit, and then I'll go home and I'll come back again.
All right, you want to duck out and come back in, or?
I'll stay in for a few minutes, and I'll just duck it afterwards.
Perfect. All right, cool. Whatever. That's cool.
No, I won't be there, Rocco. No, fuck no. Oh, no way. I'm not going to be there. No, I'm going to be smart this time. I'm going to come on, Mark. I'm going to come on, Rocco, and I'm going to say Carlton are going to pump us by 50 points, mate. Ain't falling for that again, mate. Ain't falling for that again. Oh, fuck me. No way. Oh.
Welcome, Ray /Void.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I reckon
you
we're pretty. There's the word's going around that the jumper punch are looking to manage Mark. So I'd be getting ready for a call up, Ray.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll need Gino's help for that, mate. Gino, the guy comes in through Mark's story every time he ducks out. The Gino guy, mate. I think you need him as well, a bit more.
Oh, Gino, he's a Essendon fan who fills in.
Yeah, he usually comes to Mark's place, mate. You know, Mark ducks. Oh, it's Gino, mate. The door, mate. He might be giving you his weekly subs, mate. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, they go on the stream at the same time.
No, he's an invisible man. He's not.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, that's all right, man. Just kidding.
I'll tell you what, Rocco.
Serious question. Hey, don't start that again, Rocco.
Rocco, mate, I'll be there, mate. If we lose, if Carlton win and we lose to Carlton, I'm gonna go fucking mental on my watch along. I'm gonna lose the plot. But because it's you, Rocco, of course I'll be there for you. But if you can stir up my co-host, Mr. NBN, he's been pumping up Geelong all week, saying they're going to smash Carlton or Melbourne. If you can get him on the show, mate, and give it to him, that really would be appreciated.
Yeah, would you do a watch along with Rocco?
Yeah, of course I would.
For Carlton Geelong?
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
that'd be.
I'd probably lose it. I'd lose it, but you can do it with me.
Hey, Lucas, if we do play each other, I'll be happy to come on the stream after we win. You know what I mean? Just to have a bit of a like if it goes to that stage.
Peter, Bo has already said he's going to call me straight away. So
right. Yeah, fair enough.
he's gonna call my personal phone and give me a buzz because he's got my number.
Oh,
and he's gonna give me a buzz live on air like he did when he bet us earlier in the year. He actually had the audacity to call me. He said he's gonna do it again.
Now, I've got a question for Rocco. Is there any chance that at some stage over the finals that Mark could be managed, inverted commas, and Ray could come in just to get a debut? Oh, would it be a debut? Have you been on the jumper punch, Ray?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Just put it out there. Maybe you could get so Rocco can get a break from Mark for a week.
You have to learn to use your camera there, Ray. I think.
I am incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get a maybe we could get like an AI avatar that
Well, Lucas made a good one.
I did, didn't I? Yeah, now just on that, it's going to be sad. No more Ray's Bomber Corner. I'm pretty sad by that, actually. Yeah, damn.
Hey,
we've lost a good segment.
Yep.
Just before I forget, Ray, Boyd was saying that the Bomber lady did an interview with someone at Essendon about.
Yes.
That's the Bomber. What's the channel called again?
Bomber Banter.
Bomber Banter. So it was quite good, apparently.
Yeah. There was, I think, an interview with 4 podcasters. So there was the Scooter, which is the lunchtime podcast. I forget the full name of their podcast. And there was another Essendon channel. I always forget their one too.
Too many goddamn people.
I know. I think I don't know if it was only Essendon. There's a few of them. So, but it was like 4 podcasters were invited to the presser actually, and then they did an interview afterwards.
Okay. Did you send that to me, Void?
Yeah, in your WhatsApp.
Okay.
So I've watched a few of his interviews. I'm I actually think it could very well be a rare case of sort of favoritism meets competence, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I actually think he's got I'm very impressed with his background and what his plan was, how he said that Essendon haven't really been a defensive side for a very, very long time.
And that he wants the team to take risks.
Yeah.
With the ball movement and everything. He wants
Ah.
the role players to support the X Factor type stars as well. So have a good mix of players, ones that will play roles in defence and ones that will then be able to help the stars perform at their best as well. So it was sort of a mix.
Because he reckons that when he'd been watching their games, they had not been taught the fundamentals of defence or where to even stand on the ground.
Yeah, he
Jeez,
said
really?
that they didn't have enough of that.
Just the basics. Here we go. You're in, Ray.
So
let's get it
we'll
done.
Get that. I'll get an AI, I think. So it's okay, Ray. I'm in incognito as well. So
yeah, that is not the real Lucas. That is actually an AI video. What you're seeing. So, but it actually suits your voice. Like if I didn't know what you looked like, Lucas, I would think you actually look like that.
Oh, gee.
So it's pretty convincing, especially when you take your shirt off. The hairy shoulders are very realistic.
Yeah. Now see. Now many from the Jumper Punch tried to be a smart ass today with his shirt off. Only I do that. So Manny, if you're listening, mate, don't do that and leave that to me, please. FYI.
Manny was looking nice and bronzed.
Yeah.
It's like a Bronzovlaki, mate.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Bronzovlaki, mate.
Yeah, that's escaping the Melbourne weather there.
Absolutely.
We can make all kind of music.
Yeah. So I've actually got a real photo of Lucas.
Oh no! Oh yes.
Yes.
Lucas is actually one of the extras from Cold Chisel's Flame Trees.
So will Cold Chisel be rocking up to Lucas's house during gather rounds? Come on, man.
Mate, I've got like 1,000 fucking people like so. and my mum was like, "Oh yeah, they can all come." I'm like, "Fucking hell!"
Do you think he looks like Where's Wally in real life?
Who that?
Picture.
No, not Lucas.
Not Lucas. That picture.
He looks like
just with the red beanie and
sort of looks like if a Smurf was a human.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Now, this is just going back to the Marvel MCG debate. Where was this? As Josh is saying, where was this conversation when Dogs hosted Hawks 2 years ago? Exactly. It was Collingwood, slow news day, SEN put it out there, or so whoever, and then everyone. Yeah, no one. If it was Melbourne or Hawthorn, no one would mention it. No one would care. It was just a way to hate on Collingwood.
Can I ask a quick question? Just to summarise, I didn't watch all of it before. Where did everybody land? Like, was it just the Richmond and Essendon guy that had an issue, or does everybody have an issue with it? Or
I think it started off with Liam, the Richmond chap, and then Mark, just to annoy Rocco, joined in.
So where do they?
I think Mark was
Where do they?
I think Mark was doing his best to make the conversation loop. Yeah, he's like trying to make the conversation just a loop back, make the conversation loop around, go for the same tangent. That's what he does, man. That's what he does, bro.
Yeah, he's a school kid. Mark is a 10-year-old schoolboy. The way he behaves sometimes, and as he starts to lose the argument, He goes from 13-year-old to 11-year-old to basically down to a 7-year-old with his petulance. It's like, it's my bat and ball. I'm going home, Rocco.
So did
He's taking his bat and his ball. He's going home.
So Rocco was fine with us playing at the MCG.
Yeah, because it's
course he
basically
was.
the argument was that the competition's not fair. Grand final's not fair to an interstate team, and it's not fair during the year. But for a couple of weeks over final series, they're going to make it fair to Bulldogs when their fans, the club, and all the rest of the competition want to see an extra 20 or 30 people, 20 or 30,000 people get to see the game. Like the Dogs, the football club wants to play at the MCG. They've only played twice there this year. Of course they want to play there. For fuck's sake, they played their birthday game. They requested it to have it at Collingwood so they could, against Collingwood at the MCG, so they could get 90,000 people there, make a lot of money and keep their fans happy. It's a stupid debate.
Well, why don't the Dogs... What?
It's not really like I don't count it. It's not a home ground advantage. It's the home of football. It's everybody's home ground in Melbourne.
Yep.
Everybody has to win a game there to win a grand final.
Don't you want to play there in the finals in preparation?
They do.
You make the grand final like that. That makes more
sense
to me.
Exactly. And also, Ray, the Doggies just had a stirring victory there against Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they want to go back to Marvel for one game and then, like, while they're on a roll at the MCG? They go, no way. We played 2 games there. Let's go get a game against Collingwood in front of 90,000 and set up our finals run.
Well, they're more than welcome to play us down there at the MCG. Since their fans always complain, we never get Western Bulldogs down in Melbourne.
And it's not like it's a cauldron for us. Shit. I mean, Brisbane whacked us there last week.
No, it's not an advantage. We get an advantage there about 3 times a year when we'll play the Crows or we'll play Port or we'll play Freo. Then every other game, it's either a co-tenant, like a Hawthorn, a Carlton, a Melbourne, and it's 50-50 game. It's the other team, it's like a final for them, whoever's playing us. Even if it's Richmond, it's like their grand final. So it's a 50-50 game. We only get – there's no home ground advantage. I'd rather play there than Optus Stadium, obviously. Not complaining about it. But it's not a clear home ground advantage unless you're playing a smaller interstate side. Not a Brisbane. Yeah. I'd obviously rather play Brisbane at the MCG than the Gabba, but Brisbane fucking love playing at the MCG.
Yeah.
Rocco's joining.
You got to win anywhere if you're going to be a serious team.
Shouldn't matter where you play.
Exactly.
If you're good enough, you'll win.
Rocco,
how are you guys?
Good, mate.
You don't Rockstar.
First time, long time.
First of all, I'm in bed, so no camera on tonight. We're going to do, and I don't do a bloody Lucas and go full bloody body, so we'll keep the camera off.
Shoulders out.
No, not Rocco. Leave that to me, please.
All right, it's all yours, man. You can have that. You can have that, man. It's bad enough that you see my head on camera, let alone the rest of me. But
nah.
Hey, listen, what a stupid debate. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever argued about on camera, right? The fuck you going to play at Marvel? Are you fucking serious, man? Like, seriously, man. All finals at the G, that's it, mate. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? My argument was you can't have an unfair competition all year. You have an unfair fucking grand final for interstate sides that have to come to the G, right? But then during 4 weeks of the year, let's make it fair. Like, what is that? It doesn't make sense to me, mate. If you're playing, it's not a home ground advantage. It's a home state advantage. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You play at the G, mate. And if you want to play at Marvel, you shouldn't be allowed to play in finals. That's it.
I think the best argument is that the Bulldogs wouldn't want to play at Marvel.
No way.
Especially when they've just come off a roaring victory against Melbourne there. They couldn't wait to get back there.
Exactly. Like, why would you want to go and play at Marvel? Like, it doesn't make sense. And Collingwood and the Bulldogs, man, what are we going to get there? 50,000? What, 50,000 people are going to miss out? Are you serious? When we've got an empty stadium there? Like,
Yeah.
it's the dumbest argument. Like, why would you want to go and play? Like, if that's the case, why aren't they playing at bloody the Cattery? Lucas, why aren't we playing there? Or why don't we go and play at fucking, like,
Well,
why is
that's
the grand final played in Sydney? Like,
Yeah. Well, Rocco, we used to play yous at Geelong, but we bet you there so many times you didn't want to play there no more.
oh, man, I don't go that
Well-
far for the holiday. I'm going to go down to Geelong to fucking play a game. Are you serious, man?
Well, actually, the last time we played you guys over there, we actually beat you, but that was during
You
COVID.
did, yeah, you did. To be fair, you did. Yeah, you smacked us. Yeah.
We don't really do practice games in cow paddocks outside of, pre-season.
Seriously, you guys about fucking our stadium. Seriously, yeah, it's just jealousy. It's jealousy.
We'll come to
What do you
Geelong
mean? You
country
don't even
round.
go. You don't even live in the state, mate.
Well, if someone gave me $1 million, I'd more than happy live in. Well, I wouldn't. That's a lie. I wouldn't actually. But the point's still valid. But no, look, it's from all reports. Like, my co-host Kiri, he goes there often, so he likes it down there. And
Hey, you don't need $1 million to live in Geelong. We'll set you up with a nice meth house. Cheap as shit.
I reckon
this is a good
Essendon
point.
could help you with that.
Yeah, milkshakes. Media did their job because you're still talking about it. Well,
Yeah, I suppose. Fuck the media. They're a bunch of dogs.
fuckwits media.
Yeah, and the guys camping out to film the Richmond boys. That was fucking annoying.
That shit, man. I feel sorry for them.
Oh yeah, what bunch of scumbags.
Private function.
Nothing better to do, seriously, than to stalk, which it was stalking AFL players after their season's finished. Nothing but absolute scumbags. That person that filmed that.
Now,
What was hilarious is Kane was going on about the Geelong thing last week and how it was like a storm in a teacup, and he couldn't believe how everyone was overreacting. And then he does. He overreacts about the Richmond thing.
Yeah, Fireman Kane. Yeah, Fireman Kane. Yeah.
He gets bent out of shape by like something really frivolous, but then gets then calls something kind of serious a nothing burger. That's hilarious.
He's a fuckwit.
It just the mainstream media, man, like it just does my head in now, it just, I can't deal with it anymore, like far out. When I was watching that, I was thinking, what are they doing wrong, these guys? Like, what are we doing here? Why are we like persecuting these blokes for having a beer and having a bit of fun, man? Like, and then what was he saying? They shouldn't be celebrating because of their year.
yeah.
What are they supposed to do, man? Like, they've had a tough year, these kids, and now they can't even have a beer at the end of the year because there's some prick who's going to video you from, like, some pervert from the other side of the road. Like, really?
It was actually a like a respected journo who set up the camera there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be different. It'd be like understandable if it was just some rando, but it was actually like they sent a camera crew to
Oh my God.
follow them because they were in a country town.
That's
I forgot his name. Yeah, he does. He's always at the press conferences during when the game's finished. He's always giving the coaches question. I forgot his name, but yeah, he's very very well known.
Yeah, he must be on like light duties because.
Fucking hell.
Imagine you're like a journalist and you're like, hey, you're going to drive up to this country town and follow these guys and try and, get a tabloid shot of them. Oh, God.
Oh, well, it worked because it's all over the place now, isn't it?
No.
Just shows how
Yeah.
just shows you how dumb the public is to get fired up about that and just be
And
outraged.
this is it. I mean, and
Like
we
crap.
talk about it, and I talk about it because I'm more outraged. I can't believe it, man. I'm telling you, one day it's going to get to a stage where players, clubs, they're going to want nothing to do with anyone. Like, just keep away, no photos, no autographs, just keep away.
Yeah.
Can't come into the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Geelong did that at Gatherround. They didn't take photos with the crowd at Gatherround with their training. I was a bit pissed off with that. Yeah, I was a bit pissed because it was a 2-hour drive because they trained on the other side of the city. So me and Kiri went and trying to get him to take photos, and they fucking didn't even bother.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're fuckwits at that club. That club is. At times, I'm ashamed to be a member of that club. At times, the way they've acted this year, fucking hell, mate. Ugh.
Nice. All right, I've got a few questions. Ray, are you there?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Living the dream at the moment. But tell me, were you one of those people that wanted Hurd as your coach? I'm very interested in this.
I was ambivalent because I thought any of the 4 candidates they had at the end were more than capable. So I wasn't really worried either way.
Okay.
So, yeah. I think there were 4s to get him. But he also hasn't coached at the highest level for a while too. So, yeah. I can understand why they might not go for him completely.
I think that's the best decision Essendon made for 20 years, right? This is the best thing you've done in not getting hurt. Seriously, man, it would have been a joke, man. You've got to go for the best candidate. And
100%.
don't tell me that Hurd was the best candidate. And
Well,
McVeigh might be the best one. And I think you've done the right thing in going through the process and getting the right person.
I agree. Because, like, the 4 that were left, I heard a lot about the other 2 on some of the podcasts as well. So Jamie Graham and Murray. And they all have very high credentials and they would have all been good, I think. But not having James Hurd, I think, is probably allowing the club to sort of move forward. I think if James Hurd wants to coach again, he needs to be an assistant somewhere.
Yep.
What's
Great
Sheedy
call.
going to do now?
Great call.
Sheedy's been pushing me. Is Sheedy going to stab McVeigh in the back?
Well,
Jesus.
But that's what I mean. Like, I think if Hurd had have been assistant coach for sort of the last 3 or 4 years somewhere, he may have got the job.
Exactly.
But I think if he has to decide whether he really wants to do it, and if he does, he can become an assistant coach. Mark McVeigh would have him at Essendon. 100% he would have him there. He would be great as a development coach. He's very motivational. So that helps a lot of the young kids. Because often the young kids find it hard to integrate into AFL life and standards and higher training loads and everything like that. And keeping them positive is often a good thing to do because it sort of keeps morale up, especially when you're doing hard training loads and learning stuff you haven't had to do before, studying game plans. And they don't do that a lot in the junior levels. So this is such a higher level of learning about the game as well. So I think he would be good at that. But you really got to show that you can do it, and it's not because you're a legend of the club.
See, Eddie Maguire has been irritating me a little bit throughout this because
what the fuck is up with him?
Yeah, well, because last night, like Hurdy was talking about going to another club, and now how he's got some phone calls, and he's like, "Oh, in my opinion, you're not a supporting character. You're the main star. You don't think you're not enough for that stuff."
We've heard this before, Eddie.
He needs to learn the modern game. Like he did
but
coach a long time ago.
It was making Hurdy uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because Hurdy doesn't want he was cringing. You could tell when Eddie was trying to still sort of, I don't know.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Sucking up to him.
Hurd does have an ego, but I don't think he likes. He doesn't like the public accolades. I would say, in terms of being told directly how amazing he is. I don't think he's quite that person.
He spoke well throughout this. He basically said, you don't get everything you want in life, and we move on. I thought he handled it really well. Bucks actually summed it up really brilliantly on the couch. He sort of said, James has to ask himself: does he want to be a coach because he loves coaching, or does he want to be a coach because he loves Essendon?
Yeah, and that's what he has to weigh up.
See, that's a good question.
Yeah, he could be an assistant at Essendon and still have his media roles and still have a bit more work-life balance if you're an assistant. If you're a head coach, you are full on, He's got to work out what he really wants. And I think, like Matthew Lloyd. Matthew Lloyd, at the moment, he likes his media, but he loves coaching the young kids. So he coaches at Haileybury.
Yeah.
So... But if he decides he wants to coach higher up, then he's been doing that coaching for a long time. He'd probably have to give up some of the media. And I think these ex-players have to decide really what they want in their life. And that's why Solomon didn't go for the job. His family's been up in New South for this whole year. And it's really tough to... Yeah. Then you have to ask your wife, do you want to move down? Do your kids want to relocate? At what stage are they in school? Like, there's all sorts of considerations.
Well, what I wanted to ask you, and I'll ask you now because we're on the stream and it's better than just you telling me privately. But what
Sorry. Milkshakes has changed his avatar again.
I know that I know Brad Scott didn't have an attack, like a defensive game plan at North Melbourne, right?
Yes.
And I know that Rutten didn't have one at Essendon.
Yeah.
Matthew Knights didn't have one. So in all those years, not one coach seems to have come in that's taught them defensive mindset. So since Hurd left, and I just find that really strange that it's a real fundamental of the game, and they don't know anything about it. And they're that far off it,
Yeah. I think that's another thing that probably got McVeigh over the line as well. He's been a defensive coach as well. And because of that, and because that's been what Essendon is lacking, and teaching that to young kids is really important. And he's been coaching in the development. He was in the development area of Sydney for the first part of his time in Sydney. So I think that's really got him over the line with so many young players. The other good thing I heard McVeigh say also was that him and the recruiting staff are in alignment. So he had a 2-hour meeting with Rosa, who's been doing our recruiting for the last 2 to 3 years, and his picks have been really good. And he said that they're in complete alignment and agreement with the strategy. So I think McVeigh feels like we're already on the path that he wants them to go on. And so we just have to nail this draft and the next, I would say.
Yeah. You don't have time to waste. You gotta.
Wow, that's well.
Sorry, guys, I'm just going to be heading home, so I'll probably talk to you later on.
We might be still around. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Welcome anytime, mate.
Cheers, mate.
See you, Pete.
Nice, mate. Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, we want the big four to be up and about, because I know the AFL doesn't seem to give. I don't think the AFL really gives a shit about the big four clubs.
No, because they think their supporters will come no matter what.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's well said, Ray. I like your. I don't think you can come on the TJP. You're way too intelligent for. I haven't heard it.
Too much common sense.
Someone analyse the Essendon game and like the way you just did. Yeah, it's usually just no, we'll be right. Yeah, next year we're going to make finals, and that's what the discussion was tonight.
Win 8 games next year.
Well, I actually asked because I was serious about this. I mean, if you're going to change, I mean, how many players do you think you need to like delist or move on this year? Realistically, how many do you think have to go?
Not as many as you think. We have removed about 10 players a year for the last 3 years to bring in new. And so we're already a fair way through. We don't have a lot of older players. We probably need to bring in some leadership older players, 1 or 2, not more than that. And probably have a look at any underperforming players and determine if it has been our development that has been the issue with those players, and whether they can, whether they're worth another year under a new coach, or whether they need to be either traded or delisted to get new players in.
Because I've said to these guys constantly, like as a pie, there's a couple of Essendon guys in the VFL that I think have not had a really good shot at it that I'd really love us to look at. I think other clubs are going to see some opportunities and players that just, they look like they've tanked, but they haven't really. I just think they haven't been in a very auspicious environment for quite a while.
Yeah. So it was interesting to see how he spoke about the group. He didn't want to single any players out or groups of players, but he said there is lots of gaps in the age groups, which he's a little concerned about. But he thinks that he can develop those players to take on those roles a little earlier than he would normally, because we've got a lot of young players that have a lot of leadership in their backgrounds as either captains of their junior clubs, things like that, and the personality types. So that will help.
You've got I tell you what, Matt in the chat is a very big fan of McVeigh.
I've watched about 3 interviews since he was appointed, and more I think they've made the right choice. I really don't think it was because Welsh knows him and are good friends with him. More and more I'm thinking he is the right person because of his approach to the players, his communication skills, and his experience. I really think all of that really stood out.
And he was very close to the senior coaching job at the Giants.
He was second. And what he did is he said that he went back and he was actually asked to stay at the Giants. But he said no, he wanted to go to another club because that was one of the criticisms. He'd only been at one club. And so he wanted to go to a new club, and he decided he wanted to work on development when he first went to the Swans. So he was the development coach there.
Well, we'll see. You just don't know how they're going to turn out, but he seems like as long as you go through the process and then see what happens. And even like Graham, was highly touted. I mean, I think Enright was very high when we were trying to select a coach too. So he had some good credentials. But I think Enright, he'll end up coaching St Kilda, to tell you the truth. I reckon Ross Lyons' days are done, so he might go there. So, so you've done the right thing, man. Anyone that thought that Hurd was the man, I just thought you were going to go backwards. I think you needed to get, one of these unknown coaches, get them. Don't ever go back to your ex. I don't think it ever works, man. You stick with this. So I think it's, and I don't mind is Walsh your president? Is that the president? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've heard him speak a few times. I actually don't mind him. I think he's doing a good job.
I think he's
So
quite ruthless in
yeah,
business. So
exactly.
The big issue with Essendon and Carlton still, like they've got to sort out, is there's those rich benefactors, right, that still try to control the clubs.
yeah, we
It's
have
always
less
been-
now.
Is that the coteries?
Yeah, we're the only two clubs that have got coterie right groups. And look where we've been for the last 20 years, man. I agree with you, man. They're a big issue.
Just because we ditched them, to move into the present.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, though, I just know that every time Essendon's making a choice, there's going to be some like shadowy sort of groups behind the scenes who aren't going to be happy with one decision or another.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's why the club's always second guessing itself, because I think there's too many factions that are in opposition that are all involved in Essendon. And it's probably the same at Carlton as well.
Oh, 100%. Well, I've been on the board for like years now. I think they're a disgrace, man, the way they've been like controlling this club, So I think they're one of the main issues. The way they get their board members in, big boys club. I don't like it, but hopefully with Graham Wright, things might change. We've made a few changes, so hopefully that kind of changes. I like the appointment of Graham Wright. I think he's the man taking the reins at the moment. Yeah. And at the moment, we look like we're doing some good moves. We just got rid of Greg Williams as director of football, which was, I couldn't even believe that he was still there. So hopefully we're doing the right moves, man. And you're right, man. We just got to get away from those coterie groups and move into the modern age.
Yeah.
Rob,
Rocco,
we're shitty. We don't have Righty anymore. You've got a good guy there.
Yeah, 100%, man. There was only one move that I didn't like. They should have got rid of Voss when they had that 5-hour meeting last year, and then they kept him. But I don't know if his hands were tied at the time. I don't know what happened. But ever since that point there, I can't really fault anything he's done. The way he speaks, even Chris Davies, the way they speak, the moves they've been doing. I can't fault anything at the moment. So. And so that's it.
Now, was Wright waiting till Fraser was in place to get rid of Voss?
I don't know, man. It's yeah. It looks like that, doesn't
we're
it?
Speculating. Yeah.
I know we're speculating. It looks like it. He did bring him over. I'm sure he definitely had ideas about him. I'm sure he was happy with him. I mean, he did bring him over from Collingwood, so yeah, big raps on him. I think I think deep in his, who knows, but I'm thinking that the plan was there and it kind of all worked out. You know what I mean? I think he never thought Voss was going to be out, like the coach for the future, because, I mean, even when Collingwood went for their coach and there was McRae, and I mean, I think Voss was fifth in line for them, like that's how much he rated him, So when he come over to Carlton, I thought he might have had a plan and it all kind of all worked out. But who knew that Fraser was going to come in and do so well,
Righty really rated him, but I'm not sure he thought that it would come so quickly and that he'd end up getting the top job. But
I don't think
Righty
anyone did, man.
No,
I don't think anyone did.
Righty's methodical in the way he like, even when he came across to us, he was pretty much picking Moneyball players. But even before McRae was really in place, he'd identified Billy Frampton and Lipper and a couple of others because we had no money in our cap, and he just straight away got to work plugging little holes at the club. He just none of the choices he makes are ever. They never just gambles. He seems to just sit back and wait and watch, and then
like a solid decision.
Then strike. Yeah.
Yep. No, I think it's the best move we've done in getting right. I think that's what we needed to get this ball rolling. And so I was never happy with our last. I'm not even happy with this president, to tell you the truth. I don't even like him. But anyway, the best thing they've done is to get right and make sure, he puts everything in place now. And So far, so good. I can't complain, man. I'm a happy man this week.
Well, Rocco, I said this to Bo the other night. It's your C graders that are turned into B graders under Fraser. Every single player has elevated the game. Even like McGovern, for example, he's averaging a goal a game. Mackay's got his kicking boots on. Fraser's just made the C graders even better into like B graders. So he's improving. He's getting the best out of the team.
That's it.
Which is the best thing. But I also said to Bo, would Josh Fraser go back defensively now that he's got the full-time gig? Will he still be that attacking coach that he is? And we were just, Bo was a little bit concerned. We discussed it along with Peter that he might go back to his old ways, like well, not the old ways of Boss, but a bit more cautious, a bit more defensive with ball movement. And I don't think he should. I think he should just go how he is now. And don't worry about job security. Just play as it is. And I think, to be fair, Rocco, your list is, I think it's top 6, top 4. I think if you get a decent forward, I reckon you can get into top 4 under Josh Fraser.
Yeah, it's a good list. Like it's a good list. It's not the best list, but it's a good list, man. We've got some really good players in there. We've got some good youngsters. I don't think Josh is going to go back into a defensive. I don't even know if he's ever been a defensive coach. Like, I'm not sure. I mean, ever since he's come in, I mean, it's all about ball movement. You know what I mean? Like running the lines, you know. So I don't know if he's ever going to do that. But who knows? Like, to tell you the truth, we don't know until someone's under pressure what they're going to do, right? So at the moment, he's coaching well. He's had a good run, but who knows, man? Who knows if we lose like 5, 6, 7 in a row? Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to be able to get us out of it? Who knows? We're yet to see. But at the moment, even after, you know, even last week, the week before, I mean, mate, the way we're moving the ball, we just don't do it. We don't go into a defensive mode. We're always trying to push forward. I don't think we're going to change, Lucas. I think we're going to stay the same. I think he's actually pushing the players to, even people like Billy Wilson and that, even when you're making a mistake, he's telling them, you know, go again, man. Hit that target in the middle. You know, you might miss it, but let's do it again, you know. That's what I'm loving about the way we're playing.
You got really good kids like we with Jagger Smith. How good is Jagger Smith? Yeah, I said this to Bo. You don't need Zach Butters. You've already got one with Jagger Smith. You've got Taylor. Is it Taylor Byrne? Your small forward. Yeah, Harry Dean, Billy Wilson. All these young, exciting kids that you've got, mate. Wow,
I'm loving it, man. I'm telling. And Peter Dean. That was his dad. Harry Dean, man. Like, I don't know. I'm in love with this kid, right? So bad, right? This bloke is everything I want in a footballer, you know, man. He's tough, he's aggressive, he's a good footballer, you know what I mean? Like, he just attacks the ball. You can see the passion. You can see he wants to win every contest, you know, man. Fantastic, man. What a kid, man. And the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, man. I watched his dad. And this bloke is every bit his dad, you know.
Are you happy with Riedering, or what's the Rocco jury on him?
Wiedering is a funny story, right? He's a funny discussion point. Now with Wiedering, mate, the bloke is a top 3 defender in the league, man. Mate, you watch in the finals, he's going to stand up. You know, if we get further into the finals, he's the one who's going to stand up against those big forwards, man. I think people are forgetting that since our defense has been playing pretty well, everyone's been going, oh, do we really need Wiedering? Yeah, we need Wiedering. I'm not giving up Wiedering. But what I have said was, if there was an offer out there that was just too good to me, you got to look at it. No one is untouchable, man. No one is untouchable. If they're giving us like 2 top 10 round picks this year and a first round the next year, and mate, what? You'd be silly not to look at that and say, mate, can we, you know, is this the right move for our future? You know what I mean? Because he is 30, right? But at the moment, he's a required player. And if we're going to go deep into this final series, he's going to be very important for us because how many big backmen like that are just like people go, oh, he's not fast. He doesn't, but he's never been that player. He's a one-on-one defender, mate. You know what I mean? So for me, he's a required player for Carlton, 100%, man. But hey, no one is off the table, man. If they're giving you got to be smart and look at everybody, man. So, and in saying that, like, you don't want to be getting rid of like Walsh and, like these young kids. But yeah, so yeah, have I answered your questions? He's a required player, bro.
Would you go after this bit controversial here? But would you go after a Heaney or Blakey?
Interesting. That's an interesting conversation, and I actually said because this will die out. This will die out. I would actually, I would put a offer if they were available. Not so much to Heaney, because I think even though I think Heaney is one of the best footballers out there, right? I would put an offer to Warner.
Okay, yeah.
He'd be the one. But yeah, I would. I'm telling you, someone's going to pick him up next year.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind Heaney.
If they leave Sydney, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Heaney or Blakey. If Warner did go, I wouldn't mind anyone at Geelong.
I'll take any of them, man, to tell you the truth.
Who else do you want?
I'll take them all, man.
Take them all.
Bargain price.
We'll get Butters. We've got Toby Green. We'll get Isaac Heaney, Blakey, mate. We get all the best free agents. With Warner, no, I think if he did go be to Perth, I reckon he'd go back to Perth. I reckon Sydney would entertain it. Again, as you said, Rocco, with the right deal, no one's untouchable. No one's untouchable.
You've got to be thinking like that, right? You've got to be thinking what is the best for your club for the future, man. If you start thinking, oh, I'm not going to do this, man, you're just cutting your options. Like, I'm not saying you take it, but hey, I'm open to offers, man. I'm open to offers. What are you going to give me? You know what I mean? And see what you can do. But yeah, I'll look at the end of the day, if Heaney come over to Carlton, we'd be a better side, I'll tell you right now.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and he'd be living, how close would he be living to the Pullman?
Yeah.
I think with this though, like I'd love Blakey, but the thing is, I just think until what we know more, it's going to be really impossible to even really know if it's a possibility.
100%. There's still a lot to come out on all this, and we just don't know which way it's going to go. But you're 100% right. We don't know where's it going to go. It's just speculation now, saying that if they were available, whatever. But you're right. Who knows where this is going to go?
Another player that I would absolutely love for you to take. Would you be interested in a Patrick Dangerfield by any chance?
No, I reckon Collingwood should take Dangerfield. They're the retirement zone there. I
like that. I like that idea, Matt. If you want to take him, he's all yours.
I want whoever the accountant is at Geelong to do my accounting.
That's it.
Wouldn't Darcy Moore and Dangerfield love playing together?
Oh, wouldn't they? Oh, fucking hell! Don't even. Yeah, wouldn't they love that?
They'd be getting rub-downs together and.
Oh, jeez. They can get that.
What about to the Collingwood people out there? Pendlebury, what's going on, man? Do you give him another year, or what's going on there?
No.
That's
a no for me. Asked me 3 months ago. It was different.
Yeah.
But he's gone downhill. Like his performance has noticeably dropped off. Like turnovers, handballing into the grass, getting pinged a couple of times a game.
Yeah.
And in the same period of time, we've just all of a sudden we've got a raft of youngsters who are going past him.
Yep.
So
100%.
it was almost like he had to play next year because we just need him. And now, like an informed Pendles is nice cream on the top, but he's also getting injured. So it's the second year in a row where he's got injured basically right at the start of finals.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. See, that's, like people have got to stop thinking, with their hearts and that, you know what I mean? Great player. He's got the record. He's probably going to be your best ever Collingwood player, arguably, you know what I mean? Like, mate, it's time to make the move. I agree with you, man. Like, I know it's hard, but you're absolutely right.
the thing is, we had an idea, and a few of us were talking about it on another stream we did. He said if the club went to him and said, this is what we want you to do, Pendles, we essentially want you to be a player who's also a development coach. Now, the downside is you're going to be playing a lot of VFL, but we actually want that because you're going to be actually on field developing these players and showing them where to run and how to do stoppages and the whole bit. But as far as the senior side is concerned, you're depth only. You might only play 5 or 6 games. And if they were to ask him to do that, Pendles would go, that sounds awesome. The problem there, Rocco, is Fly won't be able to help himself. He can't drop his favourites. So he'd get 18 games a year, and that would be at the detriment to our development. So
yeah, it's a good point. Great point, man. And he would be great to develop players, like far out. He'd be amazing. But
yeah, that's why another club like an Essendon, they would love to give him that role because he would be so helpful to the young kids and bring intellectual property with him. But not for Collingwood.
He can't go to another club as a player. If he's going to be a development coach, yeah. But there's no way. No way. He's not playing. You can't do that.
I'd rather not, but I wouldn't begrudge him if he wanted to.
Yeah, I know, but you just can't, man. Just leave him. Leave him as the Collingwood great. No, you don't want to see him with a different fucking playing top on. You can't.
Fingers crossed.
That would just be a real shame, But if he absolutely insisted on it, I hope it's not the Suns. Like, I hope he stays in Victoria.
Would you feel the same, Rain Rocco, about Cripps? Like, if he went back home to West Coast, or he's a Carlton man for life?
Oh, I think he's a Carlton man for life, but with Wiedering and Cripps, and it always comes up with the conversation: would you get rid of them? Look, with them two, I've always said it's up to them. Like, if they wanted to move, you got to accommodate them, right? If they wanted to go, but if Cripper said that I want to be Carlton for life, man, he's not going anywhere, But if he wanted to do the move, and we're going to get like, what's that West Coast player, that young kid, man? I'll take him.
Reid.
Yeah, I'll take Harley Reid for the next 10 years, But nah. I think he would only move if he wanted to go.
Yeah, you've got Jagger Smith as your next Cripper anyway. Next guy's going to be there.
You're going to get Cody Walker. Make sure you get your tickets to the big day out, and you can get to meet Cody Walker. But
I wish I was there, man. I wish I was there.
Yeah, we get Cody Walker. I'm sure now everyone's going to be saying, "Oh, how are you going to get him now?" Don't worry, we'll sell the fucking house to get him. Trust me, man. Hey, this kid, right? He's going to be good. He's going to be good, this kid. But they've already given him the number 1. He already trains with the senior side, and he wears the number 1 jersey when he's training. Like, there's no way he's not coming to Carlton, so.
No, he's coming.
Yeah, he's coming. They'll do some big deals to get him over, and it might cost us now a bit. So we'll see how we go.
The real question is, Rocco, are you coming down for Gather Round next year?
Yes.
Oh, you confirmed. All right. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Me, my son Dylan, Bo, we're all going to come down. We're going to stay down there a few days, man. We're going to watch a few games. We'll catch up. We'll have a few beers. Do you drink?
Occasionally. I can't because I have to drive back home. So, but that's all right.
Already making excuses. Shut up.
Apparently, I'll tell you what. Apparently, you guys are coming up to my place, and we can have a party here or something if you want.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna
absolutely.
come down. We're gonna come down. Your mum's gonna cook for us.
Yeah, mum is very. Well, you met her, so she's very excited. She's very excited.
Come down, and we'll do a live stream. You'll probably be live streaming for 24 hours a day anyway, won't you? You're like a big brother. You are the big brother version now, right? Just 24-hour stream of Lucas.
Mate, basically that's what I'm doing these days. I'm 24/7 these days. We'll get you up. Do a live show here in the house, and I'll show you around the Barossa. And it'd be good. It'd be good. No, great place. It's not. I'm not a country guy. I'm a city guy. But no, the Barossa is appealing. But I like my city. That's where I grew up in. But no, it's still a very good place out here. If you like that quiet country life, you know what I mean?
I like a bit of both. Sometimes I like the city. Sometimes I like the country. Actually, I'm starting to like the country more and more because I fucking hate people now. I don't want to be around. Everyone annoys me. Traffic annoys me. Everything's annoys me these days. But it's just me getting old and grumpy now.
I don't blame you, Rocco. I don't blame you one little bit. That's probably the bonus of living in a country town. It's quiet. You know what I mean? You don't have to deal with fucking idiots and whatnot. But no, we'll get you up here, Rocco. We'll get you up here with Bo and Mars and your sons and that. We're gonna have a fucking great time, a blast.
100%. 100%.
No, it'd be fantastic. I'm still trying to get that fucker on my show, by the way. Keeps on.
Now he's over in Japan, so
I know. Fucking hell, gee whiz.
I'm telling you, we're lucky to get him on TJP, let alone on a fucking other show, man. Nah, he'll come on. He actually said he will come on. He will come on, and you can talk some EPL. Yes,
that's what we want. Yeah, that's what Kiri, my co-host, basically dying to get him on, talking about Liverpool and fucking Arsenal and all that. Gee whiz.
Fucking do your head in about fucking Arsenal and all that shit.
I said to Kiri, fucking might as well talk about an hour on one player alone. That ain't the whole fucking team.
He goes on about that shit. I actually think that soccer's a bunch of fucking bullshit sport anyway, right? Anyway, no wonder they fucking chant and bloody do something because the game's that fucking boring, mate. I mean, I can talk because I can watch cricket for 5 days, so that's a pretty stupid argument. But anyway.
No, just on that, I just want to thank you for being a part of my cricket stream, mate.
And how good was Australia? See, everyone's bagging them. I knew they would come back and destroy that fraud of a side. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, no, I did the watch along for the second test, all the Stark masterpiece and all that. We got a couple of fuckwits in the team though, but that's all right. We won.
Hey, you've been bagging Green, but he's been doing all right, mate. A couple of big batting performances there. So
that's the only thing that fucking has made me eat humble pie with this fucking cricket team is Cameron Green making runs, mate. Gee whiz, that's the only thing. At least I was right about Marnus, but no, Cameron Green's.
He's fucking. I don't know, man. He's. I don't know what's going on with that bloke, man. Last few years, man, he's been terrible, hasn't he?
No, he's been absolutely shocking. But I just wanted to say, because I didn't get to tell you this, the last 2 months, and I don't care if I get 100 people on or 1 million, I don't give a fuck. The last 2 months, I've been really happy with streaming and that, and I'm really appreciated what you've done and what the Warble Mick has done as well, just to be part of my shows. And it's very humbling to me that I'm getting like all these people to come on, mainly thanks to you three. So from the bottom of my heart, Rocco, I also like to thank you for helping out my channel a lot, coming on my stream, being part of your show. It's very humbling to me. So thank you so much for that, mate. I didn't get a chance to thank you. So here it
I
is.
appreciate it, but listen, I wouldn't come on to even on the Warble here and all that. I wouldn't be coming on if I, like it wasn't a good chat. That's all it is, man. I enjoy coming on more than the bigger channels and that. Like they actually do my head in going on one of those channels because it's too serious. I don't know, man, but we just sit back and talking like we're mates. That's it.
No, and like I was like, I don't give a fuck about if I get a million likes or whatnot, but what I care about is getting a board on, like a whole panel on, 5-6 people on, and just talk. Casual talk what you want to talk about. I think that's what makes it special. Other than these big fucking channels that get serious and the mainstream media, get serious and all that bullshit. It's just you can make a stream. Like I make my late night shows, as you know. I can make a stream at 12 a.m. in the morning, and I can get 5 people on. I think that's just as important than fucking some bullshit dickhead that says in the mainstream media. To me, in my opinion, and you're part of that, Rocco. So I'd like to thank you for that, for being a part of my streams as well, mate. So thank you so much for that as well.
My advice to everyone is this, man: just be real, be yourself, man. Don't worry about what anyone else says, and people will notice that you're genuine, man. And that's it. That's all you got to do, man. I've always just tried to be myself. Not everyone agrees with me, but I don't care, man. We have a bit of fun, and that's what it's all about. So,
exactly.
You're doing a great job. You're all doing a great job. As I said, I was saying this to Mick today. I was saying it's amazing that like Collingwood and Geelong and now even bloody Essendon and Carlton kind of got together and we can all have a chat, and that's the best thing, man. We all hate each other, and I hope you get nothing but misery for your teams, and I really hope there's just like pain and suffering for the rest of your life. But as far as you guys, man, it's great getting together and having a chat.
No, even Ray. I've even done watch-alongs with Ray. She's done bomber watch-alongs with me, and she's been absolutely fantastic. So that's all right, Ray. I'm going to miss that, by the way. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I've lost that segment part of my show. Very crucial segment. No, I got a lot of people, and got a lot of likes, and people loved your commentating. So. While I stepped away and let you do it. So I'm going to have to find something else. Maybe me and Rocco will do a watch along for the Carlton game. Fucking hell.
Oh, fucking hell. I can imagine that, mate. But,
you just want to see a meltdown. That's all you fucking want to see. You want to see me lose my absolute mind. And I will lose my mind if fucking Carlton beat us. I'm telling you.
It's probably going to come back to buy me here, but I think we'll beat Melbourne. I really do believe we can beat Melbourne this week. I
hope not.
I
think you're favourites, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. I still, I'm not taking it lightly. I still think Melbourne, even with their outs, are going to be hard to beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're a good side. Gawn, Pickett, mate, they can take the game away from you. But I'm confident that we'll win. And so I just can't wait for the game. So, I'm just jumping ahead here, but I can't wait, Lucas, mate. Carlton Geelong, mate. Carlton Geelong.
I won't be there for that one. Don't bother calling me Rocco, please.
Oh, Lucas, if Essendon VFL meet Geelong VFL, we can do a watch along.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. So we've got Tassie, a beginning of a new rivalry. In the qualifying final. Who have you got, Ray?
Williamstown.
Okay, Williamstown. All right.
I think they just beat Carlton in the wild card, did they? Did Williamstown beat Carlton this week?
I think it might be. I'll have to check that.
I actually watched some of that, and they looked all right, Williamstown.
Yeah, they beat Carlton.
Yeah. They actually punished us. So give me a good one. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to get up in the morning, but it's been great.
No worries. Thanks for joining me, Rocco.
Thanks.
Pleasure talking to you, mate. Pleasure talking to you. And I'll be on your show Wednesday if you want me on there.
100%, man. We're going to preview the Carlton Geelong game.
Of course we are.
All right, guys. Go to Mighty Blues and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. See you guys.
All right,
Yeah,
good night,
mate.
Rocco. Now, I've got that interview queued up, Ray.
Yeah.
So I'm just going for a dart. So talk amongst yourselves, and we'll kick that off in about 5.
Yeah.
No
All
worries.
right. Well, I'll look after the show.
Yeah, you're good at that. That's why I have you on, so I can do less work.
Well, one of the other interesting things that McVeigh said is when he spoke to the players, he went, "My God, you are all so tall." So I wonder if he won't go for a ruckman in the draft.
You got Vincentini. You don't need a ruck.
You don't need him, exactly. So I'm just hoping they go for that midfield. I think they need that midfield.
Right.
Boost.
Now we are going to miss you on your commentary with the Bomber Corner. But are you and Void up for sporadic video? So if I make a video next week, would you be happy to come on and talk Essendon for as much as you want?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, I'll do the same thing as a watch along. I'll pin you guys up, and I'll step away, and you can just talk about Essendon. It'll be still called the Raised Bomber Corner, and we'll have an hour show, be like Bomber Banter, and I'll walk away, and I'll just let you talk about Essendon for an hour, if that's something you want to continue.
Yeah, we can sort of I'll discuss it with Void, and we'll sort of work out sort of a what we'll discuss and things like that. Yeah.
Sure, there's some stuff in trade period that can
Yeah,
be
like
done as
trade.
well.
Yeah, obviously the trade period's first, yeah, and then the draft after that.
Yes. Yeah.
With plenty of videos you can do in trade period because they fuck around so much with all the speculation that it will give you a good week or two of making videos about shit that never eventuates.
Mate, unlike other channels that just quietly just make the odd video during the summer, the Geelong Zone is all summer long. It is basically all summer long, mate. We don't take breaks. I'll be posting cricket stuff, movie stuff, watch-alongs. Mate, it won't. The Geelong Zone will not stop, even in the summer. Where everything is dead quiet in the AFL, mate, we'll go on. We will go on. That's the beauty of my channel.
So, what are you hearing anything about Butters?
No, it looks like it's down. It looks like it's down to 2 teams. Matt's not here, so I can say this now. It's down to Richmond and Geelong now. I don't think Footscray's ever in it.
It's really interesting because I heard from a decent source that it's the Bulldogs is going to be the one that's announced.
Oh, okay.
But that's something. Look, if that happens, then it was always the Bulldogs all along.
Yes.
Yes.
And that no one else was ever really a shot.
Yeah. See, that would be the worst place Port would want him to go to. The worst place. Because they've got nothing. No SA kids.
Take it with a grain of salt. It's just like who knows what's in someone's head. But that's what I was. That's the word I got, but it's once again grain of salt because I think at this point everybody's trying to be the first one that has the the sort of the news on it. And
well, see, I think Richmond to me doesn't tick enough boxes.
They don't tick any boxes
for Butters himself, right? Yes, he'll be able to go and be the captain there, 100%, but they're not close to finals. And when you're 28, you're going to need to want to do finals in the next 3 to 4 years, or at least play in the finals so you've got a chance. And so you're looking at teams in the finals, which leaves Geelong and the Bulldogs. yes, Richmond is better for
See, he wants to
for Port.
He
but-
basically what I got from it. First, he wants to look after Port. He wants them to be taken care of. We were always a very outside chance, because the only three teams ever talked about were Geelong, Richmond, and the Bulldogs. Collingwood are like a long shot. We're just sort of lingering around, skirting the outer, of it. But I think that he wants to be captain wherever he ends up, and he probably looks at Nick. Nick's going to overshadow him at Collingwood. He's not going to ever be captain at Collingwood. Whereas I think if he goes to one of the other three clubs, he'll be the focal point. I think these players do have egos too. And even no matter how great they are and how honourable they are, they've still got an ego that makes them a great player. And I think someone like Butters, is he going to want it? Because every time if he was to play in black and white, every time there's a game, the commentators are going to be glazing Nick more than Butters. Because the commentators can't help but, focus on Nick all the time.
And also, if Nick and Butters are vying for possessions, then they may actually be detrimental to each other's game. You know what I mean? And so therefore, and even if they're working well together, if one of them wants to win a Brownlow, it's going to be much harder. So they keep stealing votes off each other too. There's all sorts of things.
It'd be different if we were like he was in it. We had him in our grasp, right? And then we lost him because we did something wrong. That'd be different. But if that happened with Lachie Neale in a few weeks, then I'd be like, what did we do? But if in Butters' case, it was more like we were just such an outside chance, I think.
Yeah. But
it would be.
Are you concerned the length of the deal?
It's a long deal. 35, you'll bet.
No, because Butters is pretty reliable. He's pretty good off field. No, I'm not worried about that. No,
I'm not worried about the off field.
I'm more worried with him. The reason
he flies into contests.
I was always worried with him, even.
Okay.
I thought he's not going to. I don't think he's the kind of player that's going to have a ton of longevity.
Yeah, he does. He does like to smash his body every game.
So I'm not worried about his preparation. I think his preparation is completely fine. But I'm concerned that just the battering game after game after game.
Because Pies offered him less than that. All the other three offered him 9. I think we only offered him 8.
No, I think. Yeah, but it's a risk with every inside midfielder that likes contact. Dangerfield was like that when he came to our club. So I think you just got to.
You got him much younger though, Dangerfield.
Yeah, true.
Wasn't he 25, 26?
Yes, he was. Yes, yeah, we got him. Yeah.
I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, 28. So no, I'm not. No, I'm not really. I'm not. It basically is a cap for life if that happens. So no, I'm not as concerned. And plus, Butters brings so because he brings that hard nut contested ball. We don't have to play other players in that position. So I think it's a great fit. I really think it's a tremendous fit.
I think he would be a great player for any club he goes to. I'm just not sure whether he will play for that whole time. And you know what? Sometimes you're willing to take that risk anyway.
I was saying this last night as well. Like with us, Collingwood weren't going to give up any picks for him. Like we were trying to steal him as a free agent by structuring the offer, hoping Port couldn't match. Collingwood have been adamant that they're taking their picks to the draft or their first pick. So I think it was we were never going to really give up what they wanted for him. In addition to everything else, like the offer was less years. I think he wants to be captain.
Actually, I'm wrong. He's 26.
He's not 28.
He's 26.
Yeah.
But he's smaller. So he doesn't have that big frame like
No, that's true. But no, I think he will be fine. Josh put in another question about Guthrie. Well, not Guthrie, it's Blitzard. Yeah, that's disgraceful. So, Josh, I was hoping he would have retired, mate, and not giving him a 1-year deal. But anyway, I did see that question. Why was now, Ray? Don't take this the wrong way, but how come? Yeah, that was the question there. How come Butters, wasn't never connected with Essendon? Essendon never get any big recruit, do they? They just don't. It's just not a destination club.
Well, it depends on who have we got recently. It would have been
Shield
Smith from
Giants.
Yep.
Peter
Wright.
Peter Wright.
I disagree. Sorry, Ray. I disagree with Butters. Butters is not right for Essendon. They're just too far back.
Well, they weren't even going.
I agree.
They weren't even going for it anyway.
No.
Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about Butters. I'm talking about like a big star. Essendon have never able to get that big star, have they?
We don't tend to bring in big stars. We tend to try and develop them. That's what they've been always. Like if you have a look, even back in the 90s and 2000s, we've always developed them most of the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas we never really brought in expensive free agents.
You did bring it. You brought in.
I know Shield was expensive, and I think Smith was expensive.
Shield was a big name at the time. People don't realize that now, but when they got him, he was like a top player at the Giants. And
I get that.
We're chasing him. He's probably the biggest recent one.
Yeah.
There's other than that, there was like Mark Williams was a big one, but he turned out to be a dud.
The only other one was Goddard.
Oh, Brendan Goddard.
They got Goddard.
That was a big get.
That was a big get.
Yeah.
But we don't do it often. It's very targeted.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was trying to make.
Like this year, like last year, they're looking for more leadership. So they got Fiorini, which isn't a big get, but it's more a leadership get. They're sort of looking for those kind of experienced role player that can help marshal the ground.
Yeah. I suppose, look, I'd also, I know this will sound funny, but I'll throw Mackay in just because when you got him, a lot of Hawthorn were after him, a lot of people were after him. And he was a big he was a big name at the time that didn't pan out.
I wonder if they can turn him around because I think McVeigh's going to run a team defense system. They may be able to turn him around. It just depends on, how they see him in general and whether it is above the shoulders, because sometimes it's how these players feel about themselves and their confidence in the game and their role in the game. So that'll be really interesting going forwards, what they decide to do with him. And because he's still contracted for 3 more years? Has to be.
Oh, you're like it'll just once you get things back on track, but right now people won't come, but when with the right coach and you see things heading in the right direction, and suddenly it looks like, because the issue when you're sort of down on your knees a little bit, you're only going to get the sort of, the Jake Stringer types.
Yeah.
The types that it's sort of like who's the spare parts players.
Yeah.
No one else wants.
But Collingwood's the same though.
Pardon?
Collingwood's the same though. Collingwood's never been.
We don't grab over the hill players. Like we get Moneyball players a lot, but they're still we don't sort of go for.
You target need a lot.
Like we got Darren Jolly was a big player. We got not a star player. Luke Ball, guys like that. We don't often get. Like my issue was I don't want to be the club that other guys look to extend their career at, like because no one else wants them.
You got You got Varco from us.
He was a gun.
Again,
Yeah, he was
wasn't.
good for it.
Yeah, he won that premiership, didn't he, with you guys?
No.
Mm.
He played awesome in the granny, but we lost.
The 2018.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, we got good service out of him. I think he played with us for 5 years.
yeah.
And he played a lot of games for you guys. He played a lot.
This great. Tell you what, Matt.
But you're
Yeah.
right. Like it's been since I've been alive, we've not. Buckley's the biggest recruit like we've ever had.
From Port Adelaide.
We just don't do that very often. We're always connected with everyone, and no one comes.
They use Collingwood to up their value.
This is what T-Bomb is saying. He ruled out Collingwood because Craig Kelly and Fly's stupid mouth can't just target players quietly. Have to make a song and dance about it.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't buy that. That's the reason. That's a frivolous reason, I think.
I think if the player wanted to come, it wouldn't.
Why did they? But why did he have to single us out though? It seemed to be a bit of a whack. He could have just chosen his side. Why did you have to say Collingwood? It's not you.
Yeah.
Maybe he just doesn't like. Maybe from a kid he doesn't like Collingwood. Playing for Port, he doesn't like Collingwood.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, let me put this one to you, Matt. How disaster would it be if Neil said, "No, I'm not going to go to Collingwood. I'm going to go to West Coast." Does a U-turn?
Yeah,
not a disaster. Not a disaster. But it wouldn't be good.
That would open your eyes about the board and coach, though, wouldn't it? Like, wow, what's happening?
It would not be good. It would be a real alarm bells.
Yeah.
That was my point before. Is he's in our grasp right now? So if we fuck it up, then we know that we've fucked that up. Whereas the Butters thing, I think that he was just such an outside chance.
Yeah,
that
there's an offer from. The only competition I see from you is West Coast. West Coast are into him. Now that's probably a different thing because his kids there and whatnot. But I think that's a 95% chance you're in the box seat, and West Coast is that little 5% chance. But I'm saying if West Coast pull a Swiftie, how bad would that be for your club internally?
Really
but
bad.
His family moving to Victoria, like, isn't that the whole point? I thought they were all coming to Victoria. You've got a 95%. Like you've been linked with him from day one, but West Coast have also into him. They've put a deal to him apparently, and because his kid's there, he might be swayed. I think his family's. I think they're moving to Victoria.
Okay. Okay. All right then. Okay. Okay. All right.
But look, they can throw their hat in the ring, and they might. Hey, who knows? But I don't think he wants to move back to WA.
Yeah.
I thought it was either South Australia or Victoria he was looking at.
Yeah, Crows are also into him a little bit, but I think that's died down. But yeah, I heard West Coast.
It may depend on what Lachie Neale wants to do after football as well.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
It might depend on, there's a lot more clubs down here. If he wants to move into any kind of coaching, there's a lot more choice without having to move your family every, couple of years.
One of our supporters wrote on socials the other day that the game the other night, they managed to get within earshot of Lachie Neale.
Yeah.
And they asked him if he's coming to Collingwood, and they reckon he just winked and nodded.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in the box seat. You've been linked to him from day one. And to answer your question, Matt, his new partner's from Perth, incidentally.
And she lives in Perth?
No, she lives with Neil now in Brisbane, but she's from Perth. She was Jules' best friend. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hoping that they've got West. Maybe it's his manager now that Butters is not on the table. Maybe the manager's trying to pump his price up a bit because he was willing to take less if Butters was there, and now they're trying to trying to bump that over to $1 million.
And Brisbane haven't even offered him. Yeah, but Brisbane haven't even offered him a deal yet. So they're telling you that he's gone. Like, he's not going to be at Brisbane. He's gone. And they're going to use that money to keep Zach Bailey, which I think will happen. So, yeah, he's gone, and Collingwood's been the only one from there. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I think because we were the ones that came up with the idea to even get him, because no one else knew he was even available, right? Collingwood actually put it to him, and then when everyone else realised, they all threw their hat in the ring after us. I think we're so far down the road with him, and we got in so early that to lose him would be so unlikely. But if it did happen, that's when you would ask big questions.
Yeah,
because
that's why I asked.
You had him right there in your hand, you know.
What did you want to show us, Matt? This bomber thing?
Yeah. So hang on. So Ray, we just. Do you want to just play it from the start to get the intro from Fiona, or is there somewhere you want to skip to?
30 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah,
pretty long.
Yeah, you can skip forward a little bit if you like. Just watch the start part, and then we can fast forward a little bit if you want to.
Okay, right.
It's 30 minutes long, I think.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a truly incredible day. I had the absolute privilege of being invited down to the club today to be in on the Mark McVeigh press conference and then get some one-on-one time with him alongside the Don the Stat Boys and Scooter from the Lunchtime Catch-Up podcast. It was a truly incredible opportunity, and one I certainly don't and ever take for granted. It was such an eye-opening day, and I want to share with you a couple of the things that I noticed before we get into the interview. The first thing I noticed, and that struck a chord with me instantly, was that Mark embodies the greatest combination of characteristics that a leader could, in my view. And some of you will actually remember me describing Nick Martin in this way a little time ago. It's been a while since we've spoken about him, poor guy. But the two qualities that Mark possesses, as does Nick Martin, is one, the capacity for fire, and two, the capacity for emotional resonance, also known as compassion, empathy. And the part of it that I just loved, and actually the most endearing part of it, is that when Mark speaks and when he kind of engages with you, whether it's coming from the fire side or the compassionate side, it is so incredibly non-performative that it just organically cuts through and hits a mark. And I was sitting there thinking, I just can't get across enough how much this characteristics will connect with every player on the list, both young and old, because at the coalface of human existence, even for you and I, is the desire to be seen. And as I was standing there in the press conference, I was kind of in a circle of kind of all of the boys, and I had a Nick Cox-shaped tree in front of me for most of the time, but it's okay because I was engaging how I was feeling whilst hearing the words that Mark and Andrew Welsh and Tim Roberts were saying. And whilst Mark was speaking and kind of speaking about the players or alluding to the players, I was kind of just looking around and watching. I was looking at Condo and Johnson and Caddy, Jones, Archie Perkins. And when he was talking about them or alluding to the work that they've got to do, they were just nodding, grinning, but nodding and kind of exhaling. And that enjoy soaking up every little bit.
To have you coaching the footy club. So.
What's that?
So yeah, from here, this is where all the podcasters are speaking with Mark McVeigh.
Okay, so all these four guys are Essendon podcasters.
Yeah, so the one guy that's talking now, that's Scooter from the Lunchtime Catch Up, and these two have the Essendon, the Dons or something, I think.
It's nice that Essendon do this because a lot of clubs don't give this type of access.
Yeah. Well, Fiona goes down there every training session, all pre-season, all through the year, VFL, AFL, everything.
Yeah, it's great.
Is she critical like we are?
Yeah. I would say she is.
She hates merit, that's for sure. She doesn't like merit.
They do a thing.
Okay.
They do
That's
a thing her and Pom do a thing every Monday where they give player ratings, and if they've had a stinker, they really do go after them.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, no, the equivalent of Collingwood are certainly like that. They just constantly, mostly suck up and push narratives and push propaganda.
She does it in a sense. She does it in a nice way, though, if that makes sense. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
a personal attack.
It's not abrasive.
It's
sort of. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think inviting these guys in has sort of trying to bring all the supporters together.
Yeah.
As well.
Okay, cool.
First of all, I just wanted to say, personally for me, fully welcome. We're so excited to have you on. And I'm curious, you've actually just played Essendon not many weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where it had a contrast.
Got a bit of Roy Keane about him.
The first quarter to a competitive last three quarters. Did you cheekily kind of go, I'm watching kind of both teams? Or how did you see that game and where you saw but your vision?
Yeah, I think, of course you have one eye on, without knowing that.
Don't ask him about after the game.
That you had won the role. You have one eye on what the club's doing. And I've always watched Essendon anyway, just as a supporter in behind the scenes. There was some wonderful things that I've seen over maybe a 6 to 8 week period where I started to really narrow my focus. Against the thing that's great when you come from another club, we identify, let's just say my former club, the Sydney Swans, we identify the weaknesses in the opposition a fair bit, and we want to exploit that. So it forms your opinion about, okay, when you go into a place like Essendon, you can automatically sort of let them know that when the opposition plays you, this is what they're talking about. You don't really get that too often. When you're in the AFL environment and you've been coaching for a period of time, you get a new coach and all of a sudden you get a different perspective on what perhaps the Sydney Swans think of you as a team. Clearly at the time we felt like that, we could move the ball pretty quickly, length of ground sort of stuff, try and expose as best we possibly can. We knew there was a lot of younger players there that really go hard for 15 or 20 minutes and drop off, because that's what happens when you're a young group. We knew that, so we wanted to sustain pressure on the group. And at some stage it would crack to a degree, and that's not having a go at anyone. That's just now the reality of the young team we got. So I really had a good look at it. I love some of the stuff against the Giants, against the Crows at times, early doors, but certainly I've got a good perspective on what it looks like to where we need to fix.
Yep,
definitely.
Congratulations, Spike. Really looking forward to seeing what this path holds for all of us. I want to talk to you about confidence. Seemingly we had a handful of guys this season who perhaps were, lacking some belief towards the end for various reasons. How do you go about kind of navigating that piece of the puzzle and the mindset of some of these guys?
Yeah, so I just spoke to the players, and part of this is we want to make our weapons as strong as we possibly can, and we want to make our role players relevant.
Yeah.
So I think that message is really important, because every player is different, and every player will play a different role. They'll be assigned to a role, and you'll see that come out and what it looks like with our new game plan. They'll need to learn certain names and certain areas of the ground that they need to be able to play. And that could be multiple options, but they don't need to study it. And there'll be a group of them studying a certain position. There'll be another group studying a certain position. Then they go out and execute, because, at any given moment, injury, rotations, players will play in different spots, as you know.
Ray, which one is Essendon swoop?
I I'm not familiar enough with the guys on the left.
They're not.
But I don't think any of the Essendon
They're all articulate
and
astute.
very analytical.
Right.
Milkshake's profile photo. The fuck, man?
Yes, they're very analytical. That these podcasters, from what I've seen, I've seen quite a bit of Scooter and Fiona as well. I haven't watched as much of the other guys as yet, but
Okay. Cool.
No, Swoops want to be.
So our role players need to understand that.
Sorry, Lucas.
I said Swoops in a class of his own. That bloke.
Yeah. There's only one Swoop. Absolutely.
If you feel like you're not getting enough for the footy, or your form's not great, if you perform your role that supports our team, we highlight that. It's not about kicks, marks, handballs, goals. It'll be like, this happened because of that role, and they'll be highlighted. I think that's really important.
Congratulations on the role, Mark.
Thank you, mate.
Looking through your past coaching history, I noticed there was a lot of focus on development. The element of your coaching history that really stood out to me was your work with the Allies in 2023. Under the modern championship structure, they never finished above the bottom two, and since you coached them, they haven't finished above the bottom two. But you managed to take them to a premiership. I guess in terms of your role as the coach of that, what did you see your impact on those young players? And what did it teach you about teaching young players, especially given where Essendon's list is at now?
Yeah, it was a unique challenge, that one, because I'm not sure if you know how the Allies are made up, but obviously Tasmania, New South Wales, Gold Coast, Brisbane. So a lot of them high in talent, looking to really impress at the championships. We had in the past they'd spoken about that it was a very individualized game, so they couldn't really connect together as a group. Pretty much laid out that we were going to connect as a group to win the championship, and if we did that, we'd get multiple players drafted. It wasn't just about that, so we sold that message. Went really hard on camps around getting together, bringing them in from the States and actually getting to know each other. We had 3 occasions where we could do that. Once we went to the championships, they fully understand what sort of coach I was around. It's about team, not the individual. And if the team was successful, we'd get plenty drafted. In the end, they bought in, and I think we had 15 drafted, which was unbelievable. And we won. So, it was a year that Harley Reid was in the competition in the final. So that's what we'll have to promote here at this club. And I think we've already started, to be fair. I think we're a long road down the track, and just meeting the players and getting a bit of a view on them. They seem like really good young men. They've bought into what we're trying to do, but they'll need to understand that everything we do on field and off field will be about Essendon. It won't be about I. And we've got to shift that mindset. I'm not saying they all think like that at all, but it'll be about Essendon, not I. And the great teams I played in or coached in are all about team, always.
Well, there's no I in Essendon.
No, there isn't. There isn't none. There isn't.
You've just come up with a new membership. Is it Spike still, or is it Mark now that you're?
I just got asked that by Archie Roberts. He goes, I don't know what to call you. I feel disrespectful. I said, no, look, it doesn't really matter. Darren, he said, well, where'd it come from? I said, well, Darren Buick started it back in the day. Boris had spiky hair, and clearly don't now. And it just stuck, and everyone in the country calls me it. So I'm happy either way. It doesn't really bother me. People know me from my playing days. People know me from coaching. I'm pretty easy, mate, on that.
Very good. You mentioned in the presser that post missing out on the Giants role, you went away and worked on yourself.
Yeah.
Got some feedback.
Yeah.
Any specifics you can share on what you did there?
Well, they wanted me to make sure that I had more experience at another club. I'd been at the Giants for 10 years. We took a team of young players, as I said, right through. We developed them. We developed a game plan that was built on contest. And I don't know if you can remember, we developed the Orange Tsunami. And it was really powerful. And we had the players to support that type of play. So we took them all the way through. We got, agonising close in 2019, come up against a gun Richmond team. We went on a stretch of runs, through that period. Big prelims against Collingwood, big first final win against Brisbane up there, unbelievable win. So I think for me, it was more about, okay, I need to experience something else. Leon Cameron moved on. I finished second to Kingsley, who's a really good coach. Kind of sat back a little bit. He asked me to stay for a few years. To his credit, he goes, "I'll help you become a senior coach." I felt it was time though. The Swans Academy role came up. I thought, you know what, I'm going to double down in development and be the head coach of that. So I did that for 12 months and had some good success, and then back into the senior men's program under John Longwire, who we went to a grand final that year. And then with Dean Cox this year, we've had the Swans have had the best season for wins in their history, 18 wins, which is pretty remarkable.
How are you, Chris?
Hey, Matt. Hey, everyone.
Hey, Chris. So what do you think so far?
Pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah. I think the reason what Anthony asked about why more clubs didn't go after him, it could just be when you're up in Sydney, maybe you're just not at the forefront, and maybe he was very focused on working on these things that he felt he needed to do.
But you've got it, yeah. But I think that the thing is, when there's a coach that everyone talks about, like an assistant, it is so driven by the media.
That's true.
They're not. It's not that they're the best. It's just that they're the most well known,
the trendiest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like, I'll give you an example. Why doesn't anyone talk about Scotty Burns anymore?
Yep, moved on from him. Exactly.
Yep.
He's no less of a coach, than he was then. But they've just.
Where's he coaching now?
The Crows.
Crows.
Yeah. He's a midfield coach. Yeah.
How good would it be to get Collingwood to get him in as the mids coach? Awesome.
Yep. Yep.
Anyway. But I tell you what, I've watched this guy for 10 minutes and there's no way he was in that hotel room. From what I can tell.
No, he's
I'm not joking.
Very down to earth.
I'm serious. No,
I don't think he's that type of person.
That's what
You know
I mean. You can tell he's got good character.
Yeah. 100%.
I bet you he was in the recept. Was he in like the lobby or something?
I bet you he was there because he was cold. I bet you when the trouble happened, that's what would have happened.
Yeah. Time will tell, but I think he seems like a pretty strong character.
How you doing? How you doing, Riddler?
Yeah, good. How are you, Wizard?
Okay.
No, all I can say is I think Essendon made a good choice choosing McVeigh. I wasn't really a fan of getting James Hird at Essendon for Essendon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy on the left looks like a giant.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? The guy on the left looks just like Jordan Ridley.
He does.
He does.
A bigger, broader Jordan Ridley.
Maybe he's not getting a game. He became a podcaster.
That's how Brisbane are going to turn him into a big body like that.
I heard he might be going to North Melbourne.
Oh,
that would be good for North.
Are you keeping Merritt, Ray? Is he staying, or because there's no Hawthorn interest anymore? That's died.
Yeah, he's coming to Collingwood.
Yeah, he's coming to Collingwood, Lucas.
I don't know.
Who's coming to Collingwood?
Merritt.
Oh, that's my
No,
mistake.
thanks.
I actually think it'll be quiet for once until the trade period.
Okay.
I think they've learnt their lesson.
There's 2 or 3 other clubs interested in him now. I think they're looking to steal him out from under Hawthorn.
Yeah, Geelong's one of them. Jeez, how good are we?
You want everyone.
Mate, we're gonna get
Lucas. You're gonna have to start a second Geelong team in Geelong just to fit all these players.
I was thinking that.
You know what I was thinking? They're going to have to
You'll
extend.
have to do South and North Geelong.
Well, that whole Great Ocean Road, that whole southwest coast of Victoria, they're going to have to extend that 50 kilometres into the sea to make more farmland.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I've got an even better solution. They just have to recruit Aquaman, and then they can give him the ocean.
Ground like in we need Shawnee here now, like in the Phantom Menace when they have that under the water dome city.
Oh yes, yeah, indeed, yes. Torquay Dolphins, Torquay Dolphins.
Geelong's the only club that literally has a bridge to sell people.
Well, my question to you, Luke, is how can you get all these players in the fucking trade period?
Well, I'll tell you what if we, I would love it if we stole Lockie Neal from you guys. I would love it. Wouldn't that just ruin your day?
Yes, it would. You ready to take a bonus? What, you want to take Lockie Neal? Fuck off. That would be shit.
When they talk about a crime, like the JFK or the conspiracy theories, what they always say, says, who's got the motive and who has the power to pull it off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? With the Sydney thing, the Sydney thing, who has the motive, right? Get them stop them talking about concussion. Who has the power to do it? The AFL and Geelong.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Tinfoil hats on.
Right, we can go back to the tinfoil later. Let's keep watching Essendon. We're about halfway through it.
Tomorrow more cheaper.
Can I ask, with the reality of us finishing 18th, what it does give is Matt Rose and his management an off season with a fairly good draft hand. I'm wondering your philosophy, because obviously we had a good draft hand in previous years.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to have a lot of hopefully high-end talent come in. How do you balance that then on the balance of youth and leadership in an age bracket? Because Essendon's kind of got this.
Do you remember Lloyd, the Seinfeld episode where it was Reverso World or something like that?
Was that the one where there were the alternate Jerry and George?
Yeah, they had an opposite to Jerry and an opposite to George, and they were complete opposite to Kramer, opposite to Elaine.
Oh, real friendly.
They were friendly and helpful, and like the George, I think his name was Gene, and he wasn't a tight ass. This guy's Reverso World of Mark from Essendon on the jumper punch.
Yes, he's very knowledgeable, and he really asks really good questions.
These aren't swoop questions.
No,
they're not. They're good.
No, they're not.
Good stuff.
18 to 21 bracket. Then there's kind of a gap.
Yep.
And then there's maybe even a gap outside of merit. There's no real 30-year-olds.
Yes.
So how do you see that as a list management going forward?
Yeah, I think the challenge is bridging that gap, isn't it? We probably have to make sure we develop a really strong leadership plan for the players that are coming through. If you talk about some players that are a little bit older, they're sort of been in it for quite some time. They've seen different ways on how to lead. I think we need to target our emerging leaders. That's our target. So, those players that are coming through that have got leadership qualities that everyone's spoken about. And to be fair, I don't know all of them yet, and I will. But we'll bring in an aggressive leadership program that will develop our players that are emerging, and try and bridge that gap as quickly as we possibly can. It's the challenge in that is, I've been a part of groups where the leaders are really strong. If you think about Phil Davis and Callum Ward, they were very strong leaders, very strong. They were ruthless in their approach. They were good people, and they turned up every week and played, the same every week. You go back to the Swans and what they've done with Callum Mills, and their leadership is really strong. And that's been, whether my brother was part of all that, I've seen that firsthand. I've seen it at Essendon back in the day, what it looks like. We have to develop the players. We've got the opportunity now to do it. We actually cannot miss. We cannot miss what we've got coming. And you certainly highlighted about the players that have that potentially we can bring into our club from a draft point of view. We'll attack free agency, and we'll go to work on maybe bringing 1 or 2 players in that have great leadership skills. Now there's a challenge in that as well. We've got to have those meetings and see how we go.
Yeah.
But we will try and bolster that top end.
They need leaders, don't they? Priority.
Yeah. So that's what they're not necessarily looking for great players, and that's why they brought Fiorini in, but he's been out with a back issue all year. So that kind of didn't work for us. But getting that type of, even if they're role players, as long as they're good leaders on the field and hold up good standards off the field, I think that's what they need.
You should go for Crisp, because I reckon Crisp wouldn't be too bad if he had to earn his place in the side. He's only 31 or 32. So
I think Chris is probably a good leader as well.
Yeah.
In general.
Yep. He could be one of our best players if he'd played a couple of games in the twos when he'd lost form. And do you remember this, Void? About 2 years ago, it was looking like he was going to get dropped, but instead of dropping him, Fly played him as a sub against the Suns, may have been against Brisbane 2024, and he came on and was on fire. And that's the closest we've ever come to dropping him, and that's all some of these players need, and they might get a second win just to know that don't get comfortable, earn your place like everyone else, and you can get dropped just like the next bloke.
Oh, look, I love milestones, but the thing is, I think we've probably had a bit of milestone fatigue this year.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. Everybody, he got the games record. Pendle's got his games record, and now I think we can't let that drive us, especially when wins and losses are on the line.
Yeah.
Crisp's still got something to offer, but it's just I just think there are times when I think I hope this isn't something in the back of their minds keeping this going, because he's got it now. You could get him to 300, but honestly, he's got the record. No one's ever going to break it.
No.
Yeah. And what's actually doing it is that the more he keeps playing and being mediocre, the more I just can't stand the record. It just annoys me. I'm like, so what? I'm over it.
Yeah. He's done it.
Like
what's the game?
Yeah. Like, who cares if you're not good enough to be in the side?
And with some good leaders, if we can, that's a target.
Actually, just on the leadership, we were arguably in my opinion, 2 of our best leaders. We were without them on field for most of this year in Nick Martin and Braden Fiorini.
Yeah,
they're our senior players' leadership is an extension of your leadership. And one thing I notice and I highlight on my show a lot is whenever we're at Marvel Stadium playing Sydney, it is so evident how loud I can hear Dane Rampy and Callum Mills bellowing. Bellowing from the second level. So I guess I'm wondering, what does good on-field leadership look like to you, and how are you going to go about empowering some of these senior players?
Yeah, good on-field leadership is an extra voice of the coach. Like, it's organising, setting everyone up in the right position, even when you're exhausted. Like Dane Rampy, he never ever shuts up. But it's not just ramble.
Yeah.
It's targeted towards system and game plan. Callum Mills is the same. Those 2 players in particular know the setup in and out. So when I ring them up on the phone, they know exactly what I'm talking about, and they can distribute that message really quickly. We'd probably need some serious leadership behind the ball in terms of a big organiser and talker that perhaps is like a Rampy who sits a bit deeper in behind to support our defence. We need to look at that, and we need to develop it as well. That's part of the challenge of our list build at the moment, and we know we're probably 2 or 3 years into a 5-year tack of the year draft. So when we look at the draft, we'll target obviously the best talent, but we're looking at leadership as well. But again, like I said, if I can if we can have some success off field around bringing in some players that have great history in that space and have come from great clubs, we'll target that and we'll go as hard as we can. We can't promise that because there's a lot of machinations that go around all that, but there's some people I've got.
There's some phone calls you can make. 15 of those allies guys.
Yeah, there's a few there. There's a few there, and people I've worked with in the past. I mean, when you've been in the industry for 30 years, you know a lot of people. So yeah.
You've talked about you've brought these people up before, the head coaches you've worked under, and they've all been successful in their own way. Obviously, John Longmire is a premiership coach. Leon Cameron, nearly got there. Dean Cox has obviously built something that's performed quite well. What have you taken from them that you think is going to inform the way that you act as a head coach?
Unrelenting on standards, and that's as simple as that. It's across everything. They don't allow anyone to
standards. Wouldn't that be nice? The Pies.
To step off the line too far, and that'll happen with young people. We've got to keep honing in on what we're trying to do around our game plan. But John Longmire was unrelenting on standards. Never missed, always turned up with energy, and would call it out in a respectful way. And players knew, and it was just inbuilt. He walked into the footy club of the Sydney Swans, you knew exactly what was required and how we're going to do it. And that's what we'll establish this year straight away. Our new draftees will walk in and they'll understand.
Yeah.
So they're unrelenting on their standards, knew exactly the way they wanted to play and also how we should train and the standards around our footy club, how we should treat people, how we should uphold our emblem in the community is really important.
Yeah. You mentioned before, prep for the Essendon game when you're at the Swans around coast to coast and being vulnerable in that area. I think we made some strides there, honestly. In fact, I think that game against the Swans might have been our best result for the year in terms of
you're good.
Coast to coast ball movement.
After quarter time,
Yeah. So I think we went from 18th pretty much every year for the last 5 or 6 to top 8 in the last 5 or 6 weeks. I guess one of the things Essendon fans will be a little bit nervous of is a little bit of here we go again, another coach change, another game plan change. Do you feel under Dean we've been able to put some things into place that give you a bit of a blueprint to move forward and it's not all start from scratch?
No, I do. Absolutely, I do. I think Dean was, it's really hard as an interim coach to change things. It's actually tough. People don't always understand that. It's just so difficult. You can't have long 2-hour sessions where you can train them and educate them. And, you've got minimal time, a lot of recovery to get up for the next game. So it's really difficult. I think we made some strides in that area.
It says a lot about Josh, doesn't it?
Yeah. He seems to have very high standards, no nonsense, no bullshit. Just get it done at all cost, eh?
But what he was just saying then about how difficult it is for I know he's sticking up for his mate Solomon, but he's saying how difficult it is for an interim coach because you can't spend a lot of time revitalizing and totally changing things because it's just like, okay, we played a game, managing them, getting on the training track. Like you just don't have much time to just turn the whole game plan around, change all the strategy. So it just shows how well Josh Fraser's done to be an interim coach and have such a dramatic change in their fortunes.
And with Essendon having such a young list, it's even harder because if you have an older list that is sort of mostly in their mid-20s, at least they might be able to pivot a little bit more quickly because they're more experienced, whereas a young side's not going to be able to do that at all.
That Carlton also had the fundamentals of being a good stoppage team, and they were in a lot of their games. And then just sort of the style of footy they were playing just seemed to be not sustainable. And then you've got the other factor that the players seem to be, it's like they were sort of not playing for Voss for a lot of the game. It's like they said, okay, it's like they were advertising to other coaches. So look, we can play half a game of footy, then we go away.
Yeah.
What's going to be interesting with Fraser is right now, they're not playing like they're playing with spirit, but not much substance. I don't know if that's the right word. There's no substance in the sense that they're probably just playing with freedom, but they don't really have a system yet. So once he tries to implement that next year and in the following years, be interesting to see how that goes once, because like what Bergs was saying, I sort of see that as well when I watch them, that they probably don't have a second gear or a plan B with their game plan. They're just
Would you
all
say
they're
it's a bit
doing
like
is-
how Richmond played, where it's just not pretty, just get it moving, get it forward, and high pressure?
Yeah,
because I think there's been some games with when I've watched them, the ones that like even against us, they didn't really have an answer for what we were doing, because they've got like a good team who's very defensive and accountable will put paid to that. Be interesting to see how they go. Like I want to see, like, because Berg said a few things last week that I'm just kind of going to watch out for with Carlton and about Fraser and their game plan. See, Stephen King might even have the second year Blues next year, for all you know, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows you how long these days you can get a sugar hit can go for half a season or all season.
He's done better than I've ever seen another coach do with in an interim role. Like I've never seen a turnaround like that. And you're waiting for them to capitulate. And when they lost to Hawthorn and then to us, I thought, oh, that's it. They've been cracked. And then they came back. So
yeah, better.
Yeah.
We need a preseason at it. We've got to train it. They've got to see what it looks like. As I said, our defense will be role-based. They'll know exactly where they need to be, how we're going to do it. You know, you think of the top 6 teams in the last 10 years, turnover score, defending D50 to inside 50, top 6, turning the ball over between the arcs, top 6. All those sort of things are living in your front half and owning territory. We've got to get to that point. Now, there'll be things that are out, they'll be not balanced. We know that. You know, what happens when you're coaching, you fix one thing and 4 weeks later something else pops up and you got to concentrate. That's how it happens. So
whack-a-mole.
Those areas, we'll keep looking at what consistently top 6 teams are successful at, and the players will understand that, and we'd target those areas. Because like you said, you know, when in 8 weeks we fix up majority Evo in defense, contest and offense, we sat really low in the competition. We've got to fix that.
Some of the young talent who you kind of seeing, I know you probably don't want to individualize, but who excites you as far as what you're seeing? Obviously, you see the Caddy Kick 6 in the last game, but you know, obviously we had a recent draft haul, but who you seeing going, oh, I'm really liking?
Yeah, I think Broby was exciting to see. I mean, and I'm a bit like you. I don't really want to mention too many names because we've got to do this together. And what we need to make sure we don't just talk about our emerging talent, because we've still got that mid-tier players that I think we can get more out of.
Was he being a bit of a mark then, where he didn't know their names?
He won't know all of them, but I think he was. I think he's walking the line. I think he's walking the line a little bit, not to put any players off too.
Yeah, I'm just staring.
What he says right here, though, what he's in the middle, like sort of saying, it really struck a chord with me when he talked about their mid-tier players, and I'm thinking about any list, our lists as well, and how he thinks there's stuff that you could get more out of them, and he wants to teach them versatility in different roles, and it just makes you realize that you will have few sleeping giants sitting on your list somewhere. And that's what I really think we've got at our club. So it's not just about going for big, high-profile people. You're going to have some people sitting on your list that might look like duds. Like Billy Frampton's a perfect example. Everybody wanted him gone 2 years ago, you know? So, like, the growth can also come from within, not just from drafting, but just from connecting with a player that's already there.
Finding the right spot for them. The right role.
So I don't think Essendon will be as far away as people think, because I reckon they have the shit that they need on their list. They just don't have the structure in place for them.
Well, everyone thought that Carlton and Essendon, even though Carlton were, you know, playing one good half of football, everyone, including the Carlton fans, like the Jumper Punch boys, they thought it was a basket case list. Absolute, going to have to start again. And I'm not saying they're a top 2, top 3, top 4 list, but it's showing that with an average above that, let's say above average list, that they can play like a top 4 side. So you never know with Essendon, Rocco was giving Mark a hard time because Mark was saying, we're going to win 8 games next year. You never know, but Ray, what would you say would be doesn't necessarily have to be wins, but what would you think are some things that would happen? It can be wins, but where you would say, okay, this will be a successful year for us for next year with this guy.
I think it's the way the team has to play together. What I'm noticing a lot at the moment is we do a lot of turnovers, and that's just missing connection, knowing where your teammates are going to be. Essendon has a very talented young list. All the young players they've brought in, I think they've actually hit the draft the last 2 times at least and nailed them, because nearly all of those players are playing in the first. And they're playing quite well considering how young they are, but they need to build that connection. And being so injured this year and last year, especially with those mid-tier players, middle-aged players in the 25 to 28 range, really did not help their connection. And so they haven't had that before. So I think another pre-season is really going to help that.
Well, it's like what Lucas asked Rocco before. Frankie Evans is just one of a few examples at Carlton. Frankie Evans has been to 3 clubs, and he's just another kind of fringy sort of player. And now he's in the last 5 or 6 weeks, he's one of the best small forwards in the competition. It's just crazy.
They need to fix up their forward entries too. The connection between mid to forward.
You want to see them playing. You want to see a game style that holds up, even if they don't win. It's like North. Like, people were giving shit to North this year, and I get it. But when you do what you look for in a side, so I saw it with Brisbane as well. When Brisbane closed the gap, right? So in 2018, they only won 4 games, but they were only losing by a few goals each week, as opposed to the year. But so they won the same amount of games as the year before.
For the percentage,
but they're closing the gap. That's what you want to see. People don't realise that North have done that a bit this year. They've had some shockers, but fundamentally they've only lost most games by a couple of goals, outside of a couple of stinkers.
I just think what Josh is saying here about being in games, what they need to look at. Like, if they can get their defense much more solid, that's a good foundation to build on, because they'll be in games for longer. They won't get smacked. And then once you have a good defense, then you can build a more attacking on the other side, knowing you've got that foundation, because right now they don't have that.
And what has really hurt them is I can tell you the injuries we had last year, and I think we had all our main defenders out, and Martin has been out, who plays off halfback. Like, there really a lot of defenders have been really injured. Like, Ridley's always injured. Reid this is the first time he's played a full season. He's 24, and he's played 41 games. And this is the first time he's actually played fit. There's Hayes, this guy on our list. He played an amazing game and did his knee, and he's again 24. He's done 2 knees. So having that defense working together, being fit, and being able to be solid, because that's what's good about Collingwood. They don't get that many defender injuries that they can't cover. And that's what helps them.
The reason we're a good club, like, despite any criticisms, different things, the one thing we have, our system is elite. Like, our actual system is the envy of the competition, because we really sometimes shouldn't be in certain games, but we are, and we win them. And that's what you got to build it on. You've got to have it where anybody can come in and the team does not shift. Like, 'cause even now, you know, the younger guys are coming in, and once they learn the system, they play to the system, and you notice that our performances, if not improving, at least stay the same. You don't realize we're missing personnel a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a great thing that people can come in and out of that team.
Yeah. And it was just on display this year, and it's just so frustrating that Fly hasn't been more proactive with it, because he brags about the system, and then we have to wait for injuries till he gives good players. And so he should be bragging about the system. He should have said, you know what, I've got this wrong this year. I should have backed in the kids, because you know what, our system is stacked up and we're even better when we've had injuries. That's not a diss on the more established guys, but it shows how desperate, enthusiastic, and excited the young guys have come into our system, and we're even better. That would have been a good chance for Fly to not only admit that he got it wrong, and that would he'd have a lot of respect for that. But at the same time, the system would get respect, and the young boys would get respect at the same time.
I think it also shows that, considering you haven't had high draft hands, that the recruiting has been pretty decent.
Last couple of years for sure.
Because having those kids that can come in, despite having top 10 picks,
like
is very good.
You imagine you look at Collingwood now, how competitive we are, right? And then you imagine Collingwood with a few first round picks in the team.
Exactly.
We haven't even had that.
Exactly.
We'd be fucking unstoppable. Like Carlton's got Carlton's got elite talent
everywhere.
now. We don't. We're like Swadling's elite, but he's still a 30-something pick. Like, we haven't given our recruiters a lot to work with the picks.
But they've picked good considering what they've had, and I think that's great.
And that's what I mean. Like, people haven't seen the next phase of Collingwood. We're still We're still working through, you know, an older list. And once that's turned over, and it is going to be like, you know, McRae's team, like entirely, that's going to be the interesting thing to watch, to see what it looks like when there's a whole bunch of new faces there.
I actually think the second most important position in a club is the recruiter. And
yeah, I breeze that for us.
And if you have, like Essendon has had crap recruiting for the last 20 years, where they're just picking talent rather than need, that can be a big issue.
That screwed us 2 years in a row.
So what was Dodoro? Why did Dodoro screw up so many draft picks? What was he? Because
he would go for most upside, I think.
So how did they pick McGrath as number one pick?
I think he had an amazing year. He had an amazing year.
But he still can't kick.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's just weird, because for a number one pick, normally, like, none of the. I know he was ready to play straight away. That was probably why.
That's probably why.
Yeah. But just, what a strange number one pick that was.
Is he the worst number one pick?
Oh,
no.
Probably Jack Watts.
Jack Watts.
Yeah, but was that after McGrath or before?
He was before McGrath.
Yeah, I'm saying like from McGrath till now, it would be McGrath be the worst number one pick.
What was the 2020 one? Because that was a crap draft. Who was first that?
Yeah, 2020. Geez, a lot of them aren't even playing anymore.
Yeah, like most of them aren't.
Rail fact check the 2020. Yeah, but he's got to be up there.
Yeah. Because look, he's a good, solid player.
He's the kind of, you know what's funny? To me, he's the kind of guy you would pick up in the SSP, and he'd be a really great, like, role player. It's just so strange that he went that high.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
There we go.
Because Dodoro, I don't know what he looked for, but the players they always attracted seem to have similar type of, I always sort of call them Essendon types.
We have one that's worse.
Oh, he wasn't. He was, Ugle Hagen. He's
Yeah,
not on,
yeah,
not on talent though.
No, but it's still he hasn't panned out.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was number one in the 2020.
I mean, to be fair, Dodoro got great guys too, like early on, like you got the Hurleys and guys like that. But then it just seemed like there were a ton of misses because they seemed to look for a certain type. And I never understood why there were these kind of ordinary players that didn't really, you know. And now in 2 years, Rosa has recruited superstars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I reckon Dodoro wouldn't have picked Nat Caddy.
Probably not.
Unless he did, unless Rosa was before. I can't remember if it was before Rosa, but it seems like, you know.
I can't remember now.
He never seemed to pick players with flair. Seemed to pick a lot of players that didn't sort of, you know.
The last couple of years, he sort of picked. I know he picked quite a few unicorn players that could play a lot of roles, and problem with that is they don't necessarily settle into one role.
Bloody hell! There's a name to remember. Denver Barras. Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bloody hell!
That it has to be the worst draft that I can
Oh
remember.
no!
that
What?
year.
Anthony's saying that Swoop Luke has done another video with Kane Corns.
Oh god.
He's got
Jesus fuck.
he's got a humiliation kink.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Will Phillips was top 5. He was the third.
He plays for us. We've got the number 3 pick of the 2020 draft. Yeah, VFL.
Braden Campbell.
Yeah, there was some. Then most of these aren't even playing anymore.
Well, Essendon got the trifecta in the top 10. They got Zach Reed, Archie Perkins, Nick Cox.
Yeah, and so that's what we're saying. Like, what are the chances we get 3 draft picks in the worst draft year? Like,
That's why it is so much about timing.
Yeah.
Because they traded Joe Danaher.
Yeah.
And they got some pretty good picks, and it just like they were going to get their club up and running again from this draft, and it was just a bust, that draft.
Yeah.
Whereas I do reckon Zach Reed is going to be really good though.
I think Zach Reed's going to be really good, but he needs to be the second defender. He needs another keeper beside him to help him out.
Who did we get in that draft? I think we got young Tanner Bruner. That turned out to be okay.
Yeah.
In the Geelong.
Yeah, he was outside the top 10 though.
No, that was the Giants got him.
The Giants got him.
Oh, we got him, but yeah, because he was a Falcons boy.
Your first pick was 20. It was Holmes.
Yeah, we did really well that one.
Your first pick was Holmes at 20. May I read out who Collingwood got? Okay, so we had Ollie Henry at 17 and Finn McRae at 19. And
Oh my god!
We got Ollie Henry back. Yeah, we got Tanner Bruner back.
And Reef was number. Hey, you'll end up with Reef McGuinness soon too. You've taken all of our 2020.
Lucas wants to take everyone.
Hey, Caleb Poulter was number 30.
Pink Ollie Flug running back to mommy. He's a pink Ollie Flug playing for the Geelong. He's a pink Ollie Flug.
Hey,
we got Shannon Neal in that draft as well.
Yeah, I was just about to surprise you with that. But guess what? Shannon Neal was pick 33. We had picks 30 and 31. We got Caleb Poulter and Liam McMahon.
Oh my god!
was 32.
Errol Gorman was 32. We got Liam McMahon ahead of him.
Crikey.
Oh my god.
And Caleb Poulter.
We had like 9 shots in that draft. We fucked about 8 of them up.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
That was, and Bo was one of your last. Bo McCreary.
Bo McCreary was our last pick.
And where are the other Collingwood players?
Not on the list.
Oh,
Reef is injured.
And Cat's got Max Holmes, apparently.
Yep, that's it. Yep. Another high pick we got right. Oh, there it is. The tinfoil hat.
So what do you think of McVeigh so far? From what you've heard?
Very good.
You know what I liked about what he said? I liked how he discussed. I thought it was really honest how he talked about he studied Essendon to play against them for the last several years, and how in a sort of a constructive criticism way he kind of looked at the club. So this is how other people are planning against you.
Yeah, that's elite.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting someone like Longmire without having a burnt out coach. You know, because he's been under him, he's been under other coaches as well. It sort of brings that experience.
Yeah,
it was nice that you had that. It was nice that this new regime at Essendon probably had the maturity to listen to somebody pitching almost an anti-pitch, because saying, "Oh, this is how easy you are to beat," right?
Yeah.
Whereas I bet you when Dimmer Hardwick went for the job after Sheedy left, I think he was kind of really brutally honest with them.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to hear that. They wanted someone to tell them the list was really good and they were going to contend. So they gave it to Knights because Knights told them what they wanted to hear.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's what happened there.
Yeah.
Dimmer
So they thought
basically
they were
said,
ready to go.
Dimmer said, if I take the job, I'm getting rid of half the people here. That's basically what he said.
It's probably what they needed around the late 2020
2008
2009. They probably needed a bit of a clean out, to be fair.
That's it, and I think that's what has been Carlton's issue as well. I think when they're getting a prospective coach, I don't think they want to hear, "Oh, this needs some work." So I think they tend to give it to the person who's like, "No, I love it. It's fantastic. You've already got all the stars are already here." You know.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember that puts the people in the club offside, because a lot of those people you're talking to have either appointed the recruiters, appointed the others, like the development staff. So if you're saying your development's crap and your recruiting is crap, then you're actually having a go at the club.
Well,
which is what you need to do.
They've all gone for jobs before. I've lost them before because, if I'm explaining, here's how I would fix this or fix it, they don't want to hear that a lot of the time. They want to say, "Oh, no, I can't wait to work for this great place."
That's right. You'd rather honesty, though. I think McVeigh seems very honest.
Elite honesty.
I agree with that.
Do you know, he's been driving an hour and a half each way every day because he lives an hour and a half from the club.
Really?
An hour and a half each day.
How does he do that? Ollie Henry should ask him for advice.
He said he'd get up at 4 in the morning. He'd be up at 4 in the morning so that he could be at the club.
To do that, Ollie Henry has to break the sound barrier.
Oh, great comedy by Void.
Get off Ollie Henry's back, guys.
No, I want more Ollie Henry jokes. Got any more, Void?
I've still got my Ollie Henry picture up on the what? No, I'm joking. There was never.
I'm very interested to see that. I'm very interested now.
I've got a little shrine just dedicated to him. You know,
So what do you think of him, Ray? What do you think of McVeigh? Do you like him?
The more I hear him speak, because I hadn't really heard him speak much before, the more, because he hasn't really been around Essendon because he's been working on being a coach, I guess, in other clubs. So he hasn't really done a lot of media either. And sometimes that's refreshing. And hearing him say all these very candid, not trying to sugarcoat anything, but being polite at the same time and sort of showing his knowledge, but also showing what he wants to do, but without saying, oh, I'm going to do this and it's going to be great. It's, I'm going to work on these things. This is what we need to do. It's very matter of fact. And I like that because a lot of players would probably understand that kind of direct sort of instruction.
What I think he might do too, I've got a feeling, well, actually, I've also heard there's some Sydney and GWS people players that he might be able to lure to Essendon.
I know
that'd be good. That'd be good. That'd be good.
He would try and get Green, I would say.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're all gonna make it happen.
Because they've got a really close relationship. McVeigh.
There you go, Lucas. There you go.
Yeah. He's talking about bringing maybe one of the other assistants as well.
And I've also heard something about a player like Rampy as well.
Rampy.
Obviously, not all going to come to pass, but
also,
it's just
he's going to talk to those people.
I think coming from those two systems, if he's able to, that does give him a decent advantage if there's ever a player there that they can prize out, that can come there, whether even if it's an older player for leadership or
looking to relocate as well.
Welcome Jake Stringer to Essendon.
Yeah, I don't think
he left the Giants before Stringer went there.
Yeah, he wasn't at the Giants then.
He must have heard Stringer was coming and thought I'm fucking off the Sydney.
There you go. Stringer, you need recruit.
I think I actually called it the other week. I said I don't think Stringer will play AFL again.
So
very, very, very certain on that. And now the media is saying it, they're saying, I don't reckon he'll be in the league, next year.
Well, my question is for Ray. Why do you think Essendon chose McVeigh over Hurd?
I think the experience over the last 10 years, if you put them together, because I think Hurd is a really great tactician. Like when I see him speak about the game on TV, like on Footy Furnace, he's very, very good. So, and he reads the game really well, understands it really well, but he doesn't have that coaching at the elite level at another club, for example, like McVeigh does. And McVeigh's also worked with a lot of young players, coached the Allies, the young players at that team, and we've got a lot of young players. So I think that really pushed him over the line over the other coaches. I think the development side of his experience is very important.
Not Josh.
He's also come from a defense. He's also come from a defensive system.
Yes.
So I think if there's anyone out there that could, teach these guys how to actually, where to position themselves, how to defend behind the football.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I see when I watch Essendon. I feel like it feels like no one's taught them anything. Like they're playing on talent, but because AFL requires a bit of work in terms of understanding, like where to position yourself, where to run to, those things aren't talent based. That's just like that's a knowledge thing. I don't think they have that knowledge, and I think if someone can instill that in them,
and I
actually think they have a lot of raw talent that then things will really click. it's a really weird thing because normally players have the opposite problem. The system's in place, but they're just, not good enough.
No,
I think some of these guys are really, really top tier, but
they run ahead of the ball a lot. And even Brad Scott was trying to get him to stop doing that. But maybe the communication that Brad Scott had, because he's an introvert, wasn't quite as direct as what McVeigh's might be.
Brad Scott apparently used to sit in his office by himself a lot, like making this data-based. He didn't like interacting a lot with people.
Yeah.
Whereas I think this guy's with McVeigh's very personable. They need someone who can have a real up close relationship with these young guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that Brad Scott, that was the complaint at North as well. He was a little bit of a distant sort of person.
Probably more of an old fashioned coach from like the 2000s or earlier, where separate from the playing group.
So who are you going to land, Lucas? You're gonna have to like make up your mind because you can't have them all.
He wants them all.
We're gonna take Toby Green. I got it. Here we go. So we're gonna take Toby Green, Zach Butters, Zach Merritt, Lockie Neal.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Ryan Marshall.
And he's not joking, by the way.
I'm not joking. Ryan Marshall. We've been linked with him in the past before.
I just want to remind you, this is an AFL team, not a buffet.
Oh.
It seems that way.
I think we need to
Isaac Heaney, Nick Blakey. Yeah.
Now, guys, by the way, we didn't watch all of the Bomber banter. It was about 5 minutes left. If you want to go and watch them tomorrow or later, that's the link in the chat. And also the link to the Bomber banter channel is there. So go over there and give Fiona a like. And pretty good content. And we learned something about the Bombers, and it looks like they've got a good coach there. We'll see.
I agree.
We'll see.
Yeah, that can come together. But he says everything that you would like a coach to say, and it doesn't look like it's for the look of it.
Yep.
Because for me, like as a Victorian, as well, like I want to see the four. I know we sort of we're competitors with Carlton and we're arch rivals, but you do want to see these teams. You do want to see these teams up and about. Because I just know.
Do you know what it is? In isolation, I don't want to see Essendon succeed. I don't want to see Carlton succeed in isolation. But when I have friends people I like, who educate me about it, I sort of want them to do vicariously through them. But when it's all said and done and it's Anzac Day and we're playing Essendon, I want us to beat them by 100 points, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I agree. I was like that with Carlton. Well, no, we never had a rivalry with Collingwood and Carlton anyway, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I'll like that with you guys.
You want
Hawthorn.
Yeah, them. I don't want them to be up and about ever.
Yeah.
No, we don't fucking fuck them. I'm not gonna. I won't be on any Hawthorn shows. That's for sure.
Whoa! What about?
I do feel like the big four. I do feel like the big four are neglected a little bit by the it's not a palpable thing that people notice because they just assume that the AFL love Carlton, love Collingwood, love Essendon, love Rich, but I actually don't really think there's all that much love. So I think that all the resources and all the care is going the opposite direction, all interstate, right?
Yeah. And to Geelong and Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Geelong, the top four.
Yeah.
This is the top four.
Matt.
Geelong, Hawthorn, Sydney, Brisbane are the love babies. That's the AFL love those four the most.
Yeah. I said interstate. They're Geelong.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
No. We sort of
Hawthorn.
glory days, to come back with these clubs, because then they just made some spectacular theatre.
Oh.
Yeah, because when you play a good Essendon and you beat them on Anzac Day, it means so much more than beating a fucking depleted Essendon. I don't like beating a crap team. I'd rather beat a good side, and the win feels so much better, when you beat a good side.
I don't want the glory days back. We lost 6 grand finals in the glory days.
Yeah, we've got to go back to that. That's when balance was restored.
Yeah, mate. Not the 90s and late 80s might have been peak AFL, mate, but it wasn't peak Geelong. We lost about fucking 100 grand finals. 89, 2 to West Coast, 1 to Carlton, then to Hawthorn in 08. Fucking hell, I don't want that. Jeez.
When you guys started winning, when the fucking game started going downhill. Just kidding.
The great, that's why they said the greatest period of it was 80s and 90s where Geelong were fucking losing grand finals and winning bugger all.
One thing I do think they don't focus enough on in coaching, and they need more skills coaches. Like, how many players cannot kick the ball under pressure? Yeah. And I've noticed Caddy the last 3 weeks, he has gone from maybe kicking 2 goals 4 every week to kicking like 1 behind out of all his shots. He might do 3 goals 1, 2 goals 1. Now he did 6 goals straight. And that's because, he's getting coached by kicking with Matthew Lloyd. So
there was an article about McStay today, and he talked about the Bergs that I think Matt said Bergs knew that Chapman guy that's come down to Collingwood.
Yeah.
And McStay talks about him in the article, and he said that he's kicking. He talks about what he was doing wrong in the first part of the year.
Yeah.
How he was dropping the ball, and he was kicking with his toe. Mm-hmm. And this guy's fixed up his technique, and McStay's hardly missed a shot.
Yeah, so I would like Essendon, especially with all these young kids, to bring in a good skills coach to work on skills, because skills when no one's around is easy. Skills under pressure is what makes you an elite player.
Well, that's what Mark Jackson in that famous open mic was really going on about. He's talking about a guy named Donny Davenport. How why is he not in the game? I think he was working at one of the schools. But he said, why are these guys not in the game? He said, the best skills coach. He said that these guys don't learn skills. And he goes, they can't kick on both feet. They can't. All they can do is run fast.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I agree. I think part of that is the soft cap issue.
I don't reckon there should be. Like, I get a cap, that's fine, but there should not be a soft cap. If your club successfully run and you have more money to spend on resources off field, I don't think that should be capped the same as on field.
It's not for our club.
Yeah, we know. Yours comes in like paper deeds, right? Of property, just
Yeah, but to be honest, like if once everybody got the sack, in 2020, like they scaled down football departments, but they never boosted them back up afterwards. They just kept them like these little skeleton departments.
Yeah, and
you should be paying assistant coaches a competitive wage so they don't go work at a grammar school or they don't, go in the media. It's really important. It helps with the psychology. It helps with injuries. There's all facets of the game, that I reckon they're just neglecting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I if you can afford hundreds of coaches, you should be able to get them.
I agree. And that's what I mean. If they didn't have the soft cap, I think they would have more skills-based coaches and probably other things as well,
Because you've got to work on those things. Because the thing is, what they used to do, they'd bring in someone an hour a week to practice teach them goal kicking.
Oh, God.
It's like, that's not enough time.
Yeah.
soft cap, or is known in the trade as a Geelong cap?
No such thing. It's a myth. Absolute myth.
Hey, Lucas, what do you think about the soft cap? Is there another kind?
It could be. Could be. Could
What
be.
movie is that out of? What movie is that out of, Void?
Oh, that's such a familiar line. That's why I laughed. I knew the line. Far out. No, tell me. I'm not going to get it.
A Few Good Men.
That's right. I knew the line.
You said there is a grave danger. You know, what sort of danger? Grave danger. Is there another kind?
And Matt, just like with Geelong's off-field farms, you can't handle the truth.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled to them. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Great.
Can I ask you a question, Matt, if that's all right?
You just did. You can ask me another one.
I was speaking to Manny today, and he said if
Yes.
Lepage gets no one in the trade period, do you think he should get fired? He thinks he should. What do you
There
reckon?
should be pressure on him. But yeah, no, we're going to get people in the trade period. Yeah, I tell you what, if we don't get Neil, then there's a lot of pressure has got to come on the whole recruitment. Not the whole recruitment, but just our going after these free agents. If we don't get Neil, fucking hell, that's a big strike.
Especially if he goes to Geelong. Especially if he goes to Geelong, Matt.
Did Fly
Yeah.
criticize? Did Fly criticize the clubs, the way the club's pitching to people today?
Did Fly criticize it?
I thought
No.
I heard him say.
He said today, I saw his presser. He said, with Buddies, he just said, "Oh, we're just getting him to the MCG," and I thought, what? And I heard that, what the fuck? You just mentioned we're going to the MCG. You didn't say anything about, going to marquee games. We get 90,000 to the game. No, you said no. We just said the MCG, and I thought, oh my god, you fucking idiot. That's why he's going to join.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
fucking idiot.
No, Chris. He was criticising that that's the way Collingwood have been pitching to players, that they're pitching the MCG, and he thinks that that's underselling it.
Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
I thought,
Well,
like what Anthony just wrote in the chat, he's saying that they need to be trying a bit harder than what we've been doing.
Sometimes you can get
Too arrogant.
fall into a trap of thinking, oh, people will want to come and play for us regardless. I think that's not the case.
Yeah, I've been hearing that for years. People, Collingwood's this come to Collingwood. It's like, no one fucking comes. And when they do want to, you know what's funny? When we did have players that wanted to come, like Tom Lynch, we couldn't fucking afford them because our cap was fucked. So, we finally got someone who wanted to nominate Collingwood. We couldn't afford them.
Yep. And to Butters, you're out of the spotlight. No one cares about players in Geelong. Out of the spotlight. You get a marquee game every year versus Hawthorn Easter Monday in front of 90,000 fans. You get gather round. That's more benefit to me actually. But anyway,
You get a farm. You get a farm where you can have it's a special farm. It's a pink pony stud farm, so you can breed pink ponies. And you can and the cotton on will make sweet little cotton headbands for the ponies to wear.
Yeah.
I don't reckon.
How could you possibly say no to that, Matt?
I don't reckon they even offered him a farm. I reckon they offered him fucking Yellowstone Ranch.
Yeah. They offered him that part of the sea that Anthony B said earlier.
Do you like cattle, Zach? Oh, not really. It's all right. Jezza will look after the cows for you.
Yeah. They'll turn Amish. They'll turn Amish and they'll have a quiet lifestyle. And
What is Anthony saying? Is this Leper or Fly who said that? So yes, Void. He said we need more than big games at the G. Who's he talking about?
Fly.
Fly was saying that he said that they need to shift the way they're pitching to players, that they think it's just enough to sell them on playing in front of the crowds at the MCG, that they need another sort of element to their pitch, because that's all they sort of run with, I think.
That's stupid.
Fly said that in the press conference today.
He did. He did.
So he's basically sold the pitch, the list management down the river.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
This guy needs to
And he
shut the
messaged,
fuck up.
and he also messaged Butters too. He said that in his presser too. He got in contact with Butters.
Oh, gee, that's going to get him.
Well, that explains everything. He's fucking put us in the friend zone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
But he might be
Fucking
correct.
hell.
Sometimes your recruiting staff can become complacent.
Yes.
Because you're a big club, it doesn't mean that
but it's
everybody wants to come there.
But it's also it'd also be the PR team that puts a
Could
pitch.
be the PR, not them. Yeah.
No, it's both. They put a pitch together.
Yeah.
They write the pitch. They come up with the pitch in a meeting. And if the pitch is just you get to play at the MCG, they're counting on in their mind, we are the greatest club.
Yes.
That they're putting less effort into the pitch, thinking, oh, it sells itself, but maybe it just doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
To us, it does.
Mm.
But look, if you're shopping around looking for clubs, you're going to need more than that, right? That's not everything.
Yeah.
And that, in fact, not only is that not everything, it could actually be the opposite of what an introvert is looking for.
Yeah, because some players don't want to play on those big games until they hit finals. You know what I mean?
Oh.
There's more at stake.
Yeah.
They get, some people
Maybe
thrive
Houston.
on that big stage, and some people get anxious.
Maybe that's what Houston's waiting for.
Houston, that's his issue. He doesn't like crowds. He's a private person.
He wants to play. He wants to play during the COVID years again. Bring back COVID, eh?
I will be honest. What the 9-year deal, I would be really angry if that's what it took to get him.
Yeah.
That takes him to 35. I'm not sure he goes past 31.
Yeah, he's a bit of a battering ram, isn't he?
He is.
That would worry me. That's just like, especially after what we went through
concussion as well,
with long deals and stuff. Yeah, exactly.
And the syndesmosis he has at the moment is the worst kind, so he has to get over that. He's had a few injuries. He goes in pretty hard.
See, Collingwood went as high as 8. They wouldn't offer him more than 8, whereas the others all offered him 9. But even 8, like that's
still too much.
We've never done anything.
We
like
might
that
have dodged
before.
might have dodged a bullet here.
Yeah, I agree.
I know
As soon
you're
as
gonna have
that
to do stuff like that in the future, but like it just doesn't sit right with me. That's such a Grunt. I've got bloody fever dreams about Grundy.
Yeah. That cash sitting in the cap for 3 or 4 years or whatever it was. We were streaming this time last week, and as soon as the news about Ed Allen only getting offered 2 years, within about 24 hours, I was pretty take it or leave it with Butters. It was like I reckon Ed Allen could end up being as good, if not better, and probably have more strings to his bow. He's bigger, he's faster, and he can kick goals. And he's only 22. So if we were to lose fucking Allen just to get Butters, that would have really pissed me off.
You got to back him in. It's like you might have the talent there, like you don't like. It's always attractive to go for the sort of established talent because you know what you're getting. But your guy, if you just have patience, and that doesn't come at draft cost. Oh, sorry, at trade capital cost.
But see, the thing is, I think Geelong probably don't have a Butters type player.
No.
Whereas Collingwood, they have Dacos. They have burst
Mm.
players. They have a
Oh, yeah.
lot of other players that can run through the centre. But
Yeah.
Butters isn't a goal kicking midfield either.
That worries me too. I
So-
want my midfielders, if you're gonna pay up that much, they've got to hit the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, see, Bergs said it. I agreed with what Berg said last week. He said, "Get one or the other. You don't need both Neil and Butters.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get a
Yeah,
forward."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome, Josh. I did see that.
Well, the one thing I'll say is the reason why I think he wants to go Geelong, they're good at selling it. Why they're good at getting players. They got Bailey Smith. They got Jerry McCameron. They can sell whatever it is to get players, and that's why I think he wants to go there. And I think it's good for Lucas that they've got Butters. Good for Lucas.
That's it.
Yep.
We're a destination club. People want to play at our club, so
Yeah, that's true.
Geelong will have no regrets, but I think they're probably going to be shocked when Port, scoff at them just chucking up a couple of VFL players.
yeah. No, that's fine. I don't mind that. They can take all the VFL players they want.
No, I said I think they're gonna scoff at that. I think they're gonna want a couple of.
Oh yeah. No.
players.
Well, we can give them Warple. We can give them Close. We can give them a Guthrie or a Henry, a Jack Henry.
I reckon
So-
it'll be along the lines of what the Swans had to give up for Curnow. That type of deal. I reckon it'll be
I
a
agree.
couple of players and a few picks.
Yeah, Haywood. It was Haywood and yeah.
And
Yeah.
Florent.
Yeah. Well, we can give
and-
Close and Guthrie, or Close and Henry, and a first rounder. I think they'd be happy with that.
Henry. Ollie.
Which Henry?
No, Jack.
No, he's
Oh, the one
brother.
that's finished.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one who plays in defence.
yeah. We're not giving up Ollie. No.
I
That's
reckon
too
No,
far.
Jack-
It'd be too far away from his mum.
True. Maybe if his brother he goes, he'll go too.
No, but
Yeah.
in all honesty, that's a good discussion to have because, I know that I wouldn't be comfortable. Like when we floated this a few weeks ago, like the idea of West and Allen and some picks going to Port. It's like, nah, that's like 1,200 games experience you're getting trading out of the club. And you're trading in 150 to 200 games in exchange. So it's like a valid discussion no matter what the club is. Like how if you're happy enough with the short-term gain to lose that much out of the club, because that's always the worry for me with any big recruit. Which is why even with Judd, I was kind of relieved that we missed out on him because I saw what we were going to have to give up for him. I reckon we might. Look, people think we win all these flags if we got Judd, but I sort of said, yeah, but we would have lost about 4 or 5 players from our 2010 flag to get him. So people, when they theorize stuff, they do it by addition, but you got to do it by addition and subtraction.
Well, Void, did you hear the other news today? Parker might be going to Port Adelaide.
Oh yeah, that's all good on him. Yeah, that'd be good.
Get a pick of third rounder.
No, I think he'll be a delisted free agent. I don't think he's got a contract with us. It might be a delisted free agent.
He's not old enough to be a free agent.
No, but he's out of contract. He doesn't have a contract with us.
Yeah, neither does Butters though. It's just it depends if he gets delisted
By the club.
first.
I say he will.
If he's not delisted, by trade period, then they'll probably have to give up a little something for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Won't
get
be
a third
much.
rounder for him.
Yeah.
I'd be happy for Parker if he got another gig.
I'd love to see Geelong go after Nick Dacos.
I knew you'd say that. You want to take everyone now. Who else do you want to take? You keep saying you want to take to go. You want to take to go. Who else you want to take from us?
Yeah. No, I said to Gory a few months ago though. To be fair, Matt. To be
But
fair,
you don't want to get rid of anyone, so you're going to have 75 players on your list.
It seems that way. It seems that way.
Imagine it. Imagine our VFL with Merritt, fucking Warple, Green, bloody hell.
You're going to be like, who was it? What was that show where it was like a junior basketball game, and one of the remember they subbed in a player, and it was like an NBA player. It was pretending to be a 9-year-old.
Well, my question is, Lucas, how can you get all these players? How can you afford all these players?
A bit of salary cap here and a bit of salary cap there. There's always a way to get past the salary cap. Chris?
Geelong are like the mafia. They always got to get their taste.
That's what I was thinking.
Well,
Soft cap.
First, you pay off the AFL,
Mm.
and then you pay off the players.
They don't need to pay off the AFL. They are the AFL.
But that's exactly right.
It seems that way.
Inside there, let's pay the rest off.
Mm.
Well, maybe Chris Scott gives $1 million to Zach Butters from his personal bank. You never know.
Wasn't Chris Scott? Wasn't he on the board of some company?
Yeah.
Yes,
he was. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
A car company, wasn't it? Car dealership or something?
Correct. Yes.
And
the
Paddy Dangerfield's winning cars as well.
Well, they used to.
Where did Dangerfield get that car from? Oh, he won a raffle at the pub. It came with a meat tray.
You know,
Morris Finance.
The funny thing is, they take it on the chin. They're like, "Yeah, fuck it, we're going to get these players. There, nothing you can do about it."
Ford Geelong, the Ford headquarters in Geelong. There you go, bang. Yeah. Dangerfield won it out of 1 million entries. Dangerfield won it fair and square.
Yeah, no, you're right. There were 1 million entries. They just all had his name on it.
Yeah.
It seems that way.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. He used to do a YouTube show called Paddy from the Car. And he'd be in his car and he'd like talk while and like Joel Selwood was in there, Tom Hawkins, and they'd be in their cars.
Oh, wow,
and it'd be like
that would have been a car full of like so much personality in that car. Riveting television.
That's true.
So Dangerfield was on one side of the car park and Selwood was on the other, and they just talk from their cars to each other while they're in different cars driving.
Oh, this sounds like great TV to watch. I can't wait to watch it. Yeah.
Okay, Lucas, what was better out of that and Pendle's watch along?
Well, at least they weren't eating, so I guess that's that. I guess they were actually talking and not eating.
Oh yeah, boy! What do you think of the other news today? Pendles might go to Gold Coast. I was seeing that today.
Oh yeah, I don't reckon he'll end up there. I can't see him moving the whole family up there. The kids are in school, and I reckon if he goes somewhere, I reckon it'll be in Victoria.
Actually, Matt, before you head off, can you find that on YouTube? You actually find that on YouTube?
Do you know what's funny? Like when they did Talking Footy, when they revived it a couple of years ago, what's still so hilarious to me, it's fine if they had
what?
Selwood or Cochin. but then they brought in another sort of someone with a bit more spark. But the fact that they got those two together, it was like watching paint dry. Poor Koch and poor Selwood in over their heads.
Shit.
I actually like Selwood on 3AW. I don't mind him on the radio. Definitely not on television though.
That's true.
I suppose we'll wrap up.
Yeah, we might leave it there. I've got to work tomorrow, so
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, it's been a good
Sounds
chat.
like as good a time as any.
Lucas wanted you to play him out with that Dangerfield, like talking through his car to other Geelong players. It's just the way he described it. It's like it sounds like appointment television.
We'll play it tomorrow. I can't.
Yeah, save it for your show tomorrow, Lucas.
Yeah, we're doing. Yeah, I'm doing another. I'm doing another show tomorrow. So I'll try to play it then. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that's as good a time as any. Been an epic show. Really enjoyed tonight, and all the guests we had coming on the panel, and everyone in the chat. Yeah, it's been a fun show. Enjoyed learning a bit about the Bombers, and unfortunately, maybe they're not as far away as we think. So,
Lucas, you'll have to see if friend Jamal wants to come on.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'll try to get him on.
I'd like him.
Yeah,
he's a good bloke, Jamal. Good umpire, fantastic cricket umpire. Was a state umpire for WA. So he's a good man.
Barrel of laughs.
Yeah, it can be a bit strange sometimes, but that's Jamal for you. So yeah,
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Great. Thanks for joining, everyone. It's made my role as host pretty damn easy. Great stuff. So hope you enjoyed it, and if you're watching the replay, if you can like, subscribe, and drop a comment in, that'd be great. And we'll see everyone around sometime soon. Thanks a lot, guys.
So join in the chorus.
Hey.
Thanks, Joel. This is Collingwood. We don't sing that.
Pies, go Pies, go Pies.
Go Pies, go Pies.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye.
See you guys.